Cody, and here are our players for tonight. We're going to do a quick introduction around the room, starting with Grunk.
I am Grunk. Is that it?
Probably, yes.
He's Grunk.
Hello, my name's Koppodrazi.
Hello, I'm Luna.
I'm Kai now.
So in session 0, where we left off was our adventurers had managed to get on the wrong side of some soldiers, possibly the right side of their boss, which could have worked in their favour. It certainly would have worked against them if they hadn't been on the right side. They managed to save the bear and her cub that they were protecting from these soldiers who were out hunting, and Luna got some insight into the shape-shifting ability of the druids. Where we left it last time, everyone was setting up camp. I might just go through and we'll start from there again. So tell us all how you're setting up your camp. Worth noting, Koppodrazi has a very rocky forearm from something unusual in his back that no one quite knows what it is.
It's got a very rocky life. Alright, before I went to bed, I lay down my old winter coat. I rolled a pair of magnetic dice on it until the hammers came up. Cut a hole in the jacket, mended the jacket using magic, put the dice away, and snuggled into the coat.
You know, just the normal things.
The usual nightly rituals.
Grunk lie on ground. Go sleep.
Resting on Koppo's arm.
Yes.
Use normal rock for pillow. Not weird, scaly rock.
Could be contagious.
Luna approaches a tree and she touches it and it opens up into a nice little alcove and she crawls in and tucks and sits.
Kai, being a traditional soldier, first takes off his armour and then dons traditional Amish comfortable wear, rolls out his bedroll, sort of goes through his things, makes sure his weapons and everything are all clean.
I love doing this.
Grunk lie on floor. Use rock for pillow. Go sleep.
So the night before, I ate some rations because I was hungry. Turns out they were cursed rations and my right arm turned to stone. So I'm too tired to deal with it. So I'm going to go through my usual nightly ritual of laying on the old winter coat, rolling my magnetic dice until the hammer symbols come up, cut some holes in the jacket, then mend it with the dice, put the dice away and snuggle into the coat.
Okay, Luna goes up to the nearest big tree. She touches it and it slightly cracks open in the centre, leaving a nice warm, light-filled dome, and she steps in and curls up.
Kai goes through his regular routine as a soldier. He doffs his armour, changes into traditional Amish comfortable clothes, rolls out a bedroll near a fire, makes sure his armour's clean, same with his weapons, and then beds down for the night.
So you all start resting. Shortly after, you just feel this strange pull you awake. You're not sure what it is. You look up to see a full moon hanging in the sky above you. From the cave you hear the rustling of a waking bear. You turn around to see the mother bear coming out of the cave, padding along, staring intently at the sky, a growl forming in her throat. The cub you hear whimpering in the cave. As you're watching, the bear raises its head, opens its mouth and just lets out a roar. And almost in unison you hear the howl of an alpha wolf in the distance, joined by a cacophony of others. And it just starts getting louder and louder as all these animals are joining in.
Does it seem aggressive in any way?
If you're proficient in animal handling, you can roll that.
I am.
Let's roll up the die.
Alright.
What do you want?
19! And it's 14 plus 5.
7.
You're pretty sure there's fear. They're scared of something. You think maybe they're preparing to attack.
I immediately grab my sword and my shield.
I hop out the tree and I pick up my bow and arrow and I start running towards the bear to get in a distance of, but looking around for those soldiers.
Yep. No soldiers around that you can see. You'd figure at this time of night you'd probably see them by their torches. As you stare at the bear, it's just staring at the sky, and as you turn to look you see the moon start to be encased by light wisps of shadow.
Clouds or?
They don't look like clouds. It almost looks like tiny tendrils of black smoke wrapping itself around.
I'm gonna stand up. Grunk stand on rock. Have a look around, see if any animals visible?
Yeah, I'll climb up to that point above the cave.
Yeah. Roll perception.
Me as well? Or?
What are you looking for?
I'm sort of looking up, what may be the source of sort of any agitation or any nearby clumps of like movement, perhaps.
Roll for it.
I got 16.
11?
You don't notice anything, but you do figure if the soldiers were here, they'd make their presence fairly obvious.
Yep.
You notice that you can hear wolves crying and howling in the background, the bears growling and roaring, but you notice there's no small animals. They seem to have disappeared. Even the night animals are just completely absent.
I wouldn't have had a long rest yet to recover my spell slots.
No.
I will start to
Really
begin to cast speaking with animals.
Yep.
But as a ritual, so I'll begin doing that to see if I can communicate with the bear, find out what's going on.
Yep.
Tell us what that looks like, Luna.
Show us what that looks
Yes!
So, for bear, Luna gets down on all fours and she starts rubbing herself in the dirt. She starts packing it on and then starts manipulating her arms and starts trying to growl. She casts this. It's very funny. These twigs.
None of us are
Patches
surprised. We've seen this before.
This is every day.
Still unnerved, but beyond surprised.
It's starting to become quite uncomfortable. It's getting loud. A lot of wolves are joining in. Strange animals you've never heard are joining in. You hear a strange squeal that you recognise as moose. It seems to be crying out in fear. And you notice the tendrils are wrapping further around the moon. It's getting darker, and you see the light of the full moon is becoming dappled. And you're passing through waves of darkness between this light.
What's going on, Luna?
The moon's never done this before. It looks like something's trying to swallow the moon and they're upset about it. I mean, it's not better not disappear.
Whatever it is, I've got a bad feeling. Perhaps if we take shelter in the cave.
Right.
I begin making my way down, grab all my stuff, gather sort of all my stuff together.
Perhaps,
Start dragging it.
given the last time we went with this bear, we should go first. And you can come in after.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll up my coat and grab the backpack and start walking towards the bear calmly, just letting it know.
It doesn't even seem to notice you as it stares at the sky.
Come through.
Lots of animals scared. It's not something close, it's something far away.
Is it the moon?
Grunk no understand why moon would scare animals. I know what moon is, small boy.
I barely do.
Stay there. With the bear.
So the rest of you make your way into the cave. The cub is just pacing, frantically whimpering.
I'd stay up with Luna, make sure she's okay.
Yep. So you find a cub whimpering in the cave. Outside the bear's hackles are raised, it's growling, it's roaring. It starts sort of just lightly patting its front feet. It seems like it wants to do something, but it just doesn't know what to do.
Well, because I saw Luna doing it the night before, I'm just going to prestidigitate the corn again.
Yep.
Sorry, the honeycomb,
Honeycomb.
and just play with the bear.
Yep.
Try and keep it busy and distracted.
Roll animal handling with disadvantage.
9.
Yeah, so it doesn't seem interested. It's just too panicked.
I think there was an 8, but
Roll perception.
Perception.
You're standing outside.
11.
So you do start to see some flickering of light through the trees now, up towards where the camp was. And you hear the sound of very panicked people.
I sort of bend down and whisper to Luna, people are coming.
Hold on.
I stand my ground and sort of interpose myself between her and where I think they're coming from.
So as you stand there between them, ready, they seem to be moving past, heading southward. They don't seem to be coming towards you, they just seem to be moving very quickly to get out of there.
Can I look towards the north and see what they might be running from?
Yeah, so roll perception.
20, not natural.
Yeah, so there's nothing there. They're not running from something, as far as you can tell.
I look to the south. Are they running to something?
Roll insight.
I believe that is... Yep, 14.
Amish soldiers, arms that way, you think they're just getting out of Dodge and going back.
Okay.
You're not sure why. It seems strange for them to pack up and get out so quickly.
I sort of, bend down and say, were they the same as the ones before?
You couldn't see, but you'd assume so from where they were coming.
Yep. I think it was those soldiers.
Are they coming towards us?
Past us. They seem to just be leaving quickly. I'm not sure what would cause that.
Well, I assume it's having whatever's going on in the sky.
I would imagine so as well.
All of a sudden, a deep silence just encases everything, and the world just goes black. After a moment, your eyes adjust a little bit, and the starlight is still seeping through, still giving you a little bit of light, but the moon is completely gone from the sky from what you can see.
Could I run over to my pack and get a torch out?
Yep.
Light it?
Yep, I mean, you know what it is, it wouldn't be too hard to get back there.
No worries. Does it sort of... Is anything seeming alerted to the light?
No, the bear's stopped and still staring where the moon was, but now it's no longer agitated, it's just staring.
Okay. I sort of just bend down to Luna again and say, right, I'll stay here and make sure nothing jumps out of us.
You can see a noticeable drop in Luna's face since the moon disappeared.
Alright, I'm going to light a torch as well.
Yep.
For the backpack and just lit up the cave to see what's going on.
Roll a d20.
God.
18.
You light a torch and it flares with a bright blue flame.
Grunk look for moon in sky.
Yeah, so roll perception.
12. 13.
13. You stare for a long time where the moon was, and just stare and stare, and after a little while you think you can make out the outline of the moon, but it is just wrapped in shadows.
Moon's still there, I think. Grunk's the outline. Grunk think.
No one has any idea what this might be.
None in the slightest.
Alright, I'm
Moon
gonna...
come go, but never like this.
Yes, I'm yet to see anything like that as well.
Just coming out in front of the cave with the torch. Do I notice anything? Do I see anything?
Roll perception.
Any different to what they're telling me? 14.
For a brief second you swear the man that was wearing the silvered armour is walking towards you. As you turn to shine the light, it just disappears.
Something's really weird right now.
As you turn back towards Luna, you saw her on the ground a moment ago, all of a sudden she's standing there.
I don't like this at all.
As the light fades off her a bit as you move, she's still on the ground performing her ritual.
I'm going to snap that torch out just on the ground.
As you do so, it sort of flares a little bit and you look up and just across the way you see Kai lying on the ground with his pack beneath him, ready for bed. And it disappears and Kai's standing there.
Just snuffing it out thoroughly, and I'm going to throw it into the woods.
Yep.
Can I do a perimeter of the clearing?
Yep.
That room? Just to make sure everything's sort of not going to attack us?
Yep. So you sort of make your way around the perimeter. You notice the bear's still standing very still. And everything's gone silent. You don't hear any sound of animals or insects or the wolves or anything natural.
I just sort of tighten my grip on my sword and continue the perimeter.
Yeah. So you make your way around, nothing stands out. In fact, it stands out how little is happening.
So the bear's still there. What's the bear doing?
Just staring. The cub's still whimpering. So you feel like enough time's passed, you through your throat start growling of its own accord.
And I'll look at the bear, and I assume that's about it.
Moon gone. Its head moves slightly as if searching for something that's not there.
How could the moon be gone?
Taken.
By who?
Shakes his head a little bit.
How do we get it back?
It's gone.
No!
It stops and it drops its head and turns and starts lumbering in towards the cave.
What did it say, Luna? Go on my head. I'll rub my little ring. And I'll cast message into her head and say, "What did it say, Luna? Please reply in common. You can reply to this message."
For context, Luna is unable to speak with animals when she does it, so she continues to speak as a bear when she's casting this spell. So telepathically, I'll reply. He said the moon was gone.
What?
It was taken.
The bear thinks that the moon's gone and somebody's taken it.
Yeah. He didn't tell me who. We need to get it back.
You can take the moon.
Well, I can't fly that I know of.
Taken by what means? What do you mean by taken?
I mean, bears are pretty smart, but I don't know if they know what this is.
I mean, fair, but it's not exactly a natural thing.
Run back into the cave where the bear was.
As you start running towards the cave, you notice the bear has stopped in its tracks and it turns around, staring straight back up at the sky.
What's going on?
All of a sudden you hear a cacophony of wolves yelping and howling.
I only can communicate with bear at the moment.
Well, you could find a wolf and communicate.
Speaking
Wouldn't be
of
hard to track
animals,
down.
Does that mean I'm talking to one? I'll presume that I'm just talking to the one, but I can't understand what they're saying when they're howling, I guess.
No.
No, that's fine. Is something happening again?
It's just staring there. It's shaking. And as you look up, the moon just explodes. Around it, you see a red light and a split in the sky opens up. So wide that it covers the whole horizon. You just see some sort of strange energy seeming to leak into this existence.
I'm going to run over to Kai and grab his sword and just look at it to try and get a reflection and check what colour my eyes are. And when I see that they're blue, I'm going to turn around to the room like, "That wasn't me! That wasn't me! I didn't do that!"
Sure, we should get inside the cave now. And I sort of start ushering and just trying to get people to the cave.
You see this split through the sky start stitching itself up a little bit around this darkened moon until it just almost looks like it encompasses it and then just disappears. And the howling stops again.
Something not right. This isn't what moon's supposed to do.
The soldiers, they weren't necessarily running away from anything, and they weren't running towards anything either, were they?
You're not sure. All you know is they were moving out of there and it didn't seem like they were running from anything.
Okay, no worries.
What did you see, Kai?
As I was sort of just keeping an eye out at when all this started, those soldiers from before, I think anyway, they seemed to be running, but not from or towards anything. They were just running, and I can't think of any protocol that they would follow that would lead to that.
Animals scared, humans scared too.
Yes, and that's what scares me.
I'm scared too.
It's probably a good thing.
Do you know what it is? Me neither.
I go back to my pack. I begin putting my armor on and re-equipping all my weaponry.
The bear now stops, turns around and starts walking back into the cave.
What can we do?
Sleep. Lumbers into the cave. You see it disappear into the shadow.
So looking back up, it's stitched up but no moon.
If you're looking long enough, you do see the dark outline of where the moon was, no longer giving any sort of light.
In the morning, I think we should go and look where the humans were and see if there's anything there.
I agree.
We still need rest.
Yes.
Oh no, Moon, I'm still tired.
I think I can still see its outline. And I tell the bear. I think it's still there.
Moon's gone. It sort of lies down, puts its face on its paws and closes its eyes.
What time of night do you reckon it would be?
This time of night it's fairly late, probably just before midnight.
Okay. Would it be feasible for me to stay up and take a watch without risking exhaustion? Or?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't do a whole lot the day before that was super physical.
Yep.
With your background, there's no reason you wouldn't be able to take a watch without taking exhaustion.
No worries. I sort of say to the group, I'll stay up and make sure nothing serious happens, and if something does, I'll wake you all. I've got experience with watch duty before, so I'll manage. You guys rest.
If you need rest, wake Grunk. Grunk can take watch too.
Will do, Grunk. Will do.
I honestly don't need much sleep. I'll stay up with you.
You seem a little bit exhausted.
No, just sad.
Well, you're welcome to stay up.
I definitely need sleep. Does anybody want some food before we go to bed?
Not from your pack, weird boy.
Is it coming from that pack of yours?
Look, I don't think it's the bag. I think it's just me. So the bag, it's probably fine from the bag.
I pull out a couple of rations and I say, we could eat from mine if you don't want to risk it.
All right, we'll save mine for when we really need it.
All right, let's pull out four people's worth of rations and 3 people's worth of rations and
I've already eaten.
2 people's worth of rations then, Grunk.
Thank you, human friend.
Two people's worth of rations.
Going ones too.
I'm not wasting any time. I'm going straight to bed.
I'll
So you lie down and just fall asleep straight away.
I'll restoke a fire and sort of sit around that.
Yep.
Just sort of keep an eye out.
Grunk lie down and eat. Barely finish swallowing before falling asleep.
Yeah, just down it all and then just pass out.
So Kai and Luna are sitting by the fire.
So I'll be in the
asleep.
tree near the flower. I'll be in the tree near the fire, but kind of like sitting in my tree, just peering out.
You see anything from up there?
Oh, no, it's still level.
Oh.
It's still on the ground. It's just kind of like.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Kai's on a little foothill.
Slightly covered.
Slightly in, yeah. I've done a hole.
He's about a foot below you.
Yeah. You've got absolutely no idea as to what that might have been. The bear didn't have any idea either.
We don't know.
Well then, I'd just begin snacking and keeping a watchful eye out.
Yep.
After a little while passes, about 10-15 minutes, Luna's kind of watchful, kind of goes to... Sorry, I should speak up. Luna goes to Kai and says, "Thank you for helping us with the bear and not going with your people."
Well, to be perfectly honest, a few reasons behind that. One of the big ones being that they wouldn't exactly like me. So,
How could your people not like you?
well, in my people's society, it's essentially normal for a young boy to join the military and serve his country through service. If some things were to happen and that service were to end prematurely, they don't exactly take kindly to those of us who do leave.
So you didn't fit in?
Let's just say we had a disagreement on our opinions, me and a few of the higher ups. But yeah, no, it's quite alright. Some people get what they deserve, I guess, and some people shouldn't really not be out just around here collecting trophies.
A little scowl happens on Luna's face.
No, to be honest, as soon as we were marched towards the camp, I knew from there probably not the best idea for me to be hanging around my own people.
They didn't seem like nice people.
Well, I mean, can't really blame them, but no, they weren't being very nice.
Can't blame them. They were trying to hunt animals for trophies.
Well, you've got me there.
In any case, thank you.
Think nothing of it. My pleasure. I'm quite glad that everyone managed to get out, well, without major harm. Aside from him, of course, my like gesture over to the decimated corpse of the guy from the bear
There's,
ripped up.
When there's some stains left, the body was taken away by the captain.
I gesture to the rough patch of ground.
Looking back up the sky.
If you're on watch, roll perception for me.
18.
It's a natural 4 plus 5. It's a 9.
So you're staring up at the moon, where it should be. Kai's keeping a more practical eye out around you and does notice a large direwolf slinking through the trees at the perimeter of the camp.
I sort of, nod to her and say, just stay down. There's a very large wolf over there. I sort of tighten grip on the sword and get ready to move, but don't really make any major movements.
So when Luna sees this, roll animal handling.
Yep. It's a 10 plus 5, 15.
Yeah, so you do notice this large direwolf weaving through the trees. And straight away you notice it's quite strange. It's not acting like it's part of a pack, it's just wandering by itself with no real purpose. It sort of slinks through the trees out of the corner of your vision and disappears into the darkness.
Yep.
I sort of release the tension on the sword.
Don't draw it.
I wasn't planning on it unless it attacked.
Not long after, you do notice another one in another part of the woods sort of weaving its way through and just disappearing into the darkness again.
I'll climb out of the tree and I'll try walking towards where they are, but staying in the vicinity of the camp, just looking out.
Yeah, so you notice it's disappeared into the shadows, you're finding it hard to find, but as you stand in the darkness watching, you do notice there are quite a few wolves and direwolves, packless, just roaming wherever they're walking. They don't seem to have any purpose or direction.
Can I find one to walk up to?
They just seem to be moving. You could keep following it, but it would take you away from camp.
I sort of keep an eye on Luna as she's walking.
Kind of like, I will continue to walk in and notice they're a bit of, like, far away, and then just kind of, I'll just watch them and not interrupt.
If she moves out of sight, I'll go to the tree line to keep an eye, but I wouldn't advance beyond that.
Yeah. You do watch one, it goes to the top of a small hill, pads up, looks up, looks down and keeps walking.
I mean, I could try my spell again. I'm talking to animals and see what's happening, but it's going to take a while. I don't know if they're going to be here.
Nothing terrible seems to be happening. I like the idea of if everyone just gets some rest, we can go check out the camp in the morning. And we know, well, I saw them running south, so if there's nothing at the camp, then we can try and follow. Maybe they're connected. I can't imagine them doing anything like that if it wasn't to do with anything that just happened.
What if it started at the camp?
In which case, well, we'll find out when we get there. There's not much to be do if we're all exhausted, though. I'll stay up, I'm used to it, but everyone should go get some rest.
And I take a cautious look towards the camp.
Yeah, so there's just nothing there. You expect to see some sort of firelight flickering above if there's anyone left, and there's nothing.
And I'm just going to stop looking at the moon. And I'll be scouting for anyone. In particular, she's going to be looking out for that bishop.
The fancy man.
The fancy man. If he's not a bishop, I'll
The
bet.
Lord of Arm.
Oh, Lord.
A Lord of Arm.
the fancy man.
The night passes. You do see the wolves still winding their way through the trees. Fairly aimlessly. Some of them seem to be turning and coming back now.
They look like loss of spirit.
Yeah. They look like they are just wandering aimlessly, not quite sure what to do. But you don't see any humans. And then the sun starts rising and starts peeking up over the horizon. And you all sort of feel a little bit better knowing that there's still light.
And the sun's at least come up.
That's reassuring beyond measure, really. I'm gonna go get the others, and I walk into the cave where Grunk and I walk over to them and sort of rustle them away.
That better. Grunk feel good now. Sun's not stolen. That's good.
That is very good. Cobbo.
Wake up!
As soon as I wake up, the bracelet on my right hand is like burning red hot.
Come on, your wrist!
You know this, it happens every time.
Ah, yes.
And then I'm just gonna rub my little ring, and I'm going to say, So katrom ko ol destined kason ol sohom kosklot kaum. And immediately the bracelet calms to cool, and I'm ready for the day.
As you stand up, the rock around your arm just shatters into dust and falls to the ground.
Well,
That better.
yeah, I suppose that's a relief.
And I take a few chunks of that and put it in the backpack.
It's literally dust now.
Yeah.
You could grab a handful of dust if you like.
No. I don't want it that bad.
Glad to see that, your arm wasn't going to stay like that.
Would have been fun though, I could have hit people with it.
Yeah, you probably could have given someone a hell of a wallop with that thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty gross.
Oh well.
Functional though. Anyway, so we did all see the events of last night. It wasn't just us being really tired and hallucinating.
And we did all see it wasn't me. I didn't do that.
No, it was not you.
That's
Right,
weird.
just checking.
So,
But like I said, we should go to the humans and see if they had left anything behind.
yes, no, I agree. For them to leave that suddenly, just up and leave like that, it's very unusual.
Hopefully they'll have behind some breakfast.
Oh, I've got food if you want it.
No, thank you.
Would you like some food, Grunk?
I'm gonna eat something.
No, I'm okay. Let's
You know the drill.
Humans have lots of nuts.
7. Don't laugh.
So you eat something, and it's relatively filling.
Just wait.
See guys, I think it's just me. Sometimes it's bad. It's just me though.
And as he talks, small flowers start falling out of his mouth and floating to the ground.
You're letting drunk rot!
I'm
It's
As he says it, just flowers explode out of his mouth.
I think that we may need to get that looked at.
By who? A florist?
This is pretty.
If need be.
Oh, you're weird, boy.
I open a side pocket in the backpack and just spew some flowers into it.
Well,
Right. Here, try some water.
I'm gonna gargle it and then spit it out.
Yep. It comes out just with soggy flowers in the mix.
I think you should stop eating whatever is in your backpack.
But I've got like 8 more meals in there.
Yeah.
Flowers.
And now you start getting hiccups. Every time you hiccup, explosion of flowers from your mouth.
yes, but at what cost?
I feel full.
Well, take away if you guess, I guess.
Funny weird boy.
We should probably make our way. We should probably make our way to the camp. Hopefully that wears off at some point.
Kind of notices you keep doing that. You just notice a slight smile on Peter's face. She goes, oh, yeah.
I begin sort of walking towards the camp.
Yep.
After making sure everything's packed up.
So you head up through the main road.
Grunk have an
Yeah,
idea.
may as well.
I'm
If
going
we
to
carry
be slightly
weird
off
boy-
the main road about 20
Sorry?
feet. Ducking in and out the shadows, just
Yep.
cautiously looking forward.
Grunk have
That's
an
what
idea.
you want. I don't think it's gonna work.
No, but I'm gonna
If I carry Weird Boy upside down, he'll give us trail if we need to come back.
Oh,
I like the idea, Grunk, but the methods may be a little bit far-fetched.
So I'm gonna put my backpack on upside down, and I'm just gonna get held by my legs.
I'm gonna put his legs over and carry him like backpack.
Okay.
Roll a strength check.
With advantage?
Yep.
14, 16.
Yep. Cool. So you start heading towards the camp.
okay. Yeah.
Grunk, tell me a joke. I'll leave a big trail. I don't know many jokes, so I bet they'll all be funny.
Nothing funnier than what happening out of your mouth already.
I'm not laughing, but that's what they're coming.
What's the marching order?
I'll take point.
I'll be kind of like equal level to these two, but 10 feet to the side.
I think
Like
you're already
in-
aware. I'll watch the rear.
Upside down.
Boom.
Which way are you facing? Towards Grunk or away?
Yeah, I was going to wait from Grunk. That's the important questions here.
Either way, you're facing rear.
Yes.
Yeah.
In a tactical manner, I'm facing.
Watch our backs.
You head up this path where you remember running down yesterday to escape. And a lot of hoof prints, a lot of shoe prints, heavy metal boots have marched through here recently. And you make your way to the camp, and it seems completely abandoned. It looks like they packed up whatever they could carry, but left a lot of it here. The tents are still erected. There's still some cages around, and it just looks like they grabbed
Something in
what
the
they
cages?
Yeah.
The cages are all closed, but empty.
Might be easy to carry you in Paige.
Does it look like it was like an attack or anything like that?
No, it looks like it's been hastily retreated from.
Okay.
Kai,
Yes.
what tent do you think that, the man from yesterday would be in?
Is there obviously signs of a command tent or anything like that?
There is one tent that's white with gold trim. You figure this would be his.
Probably the one that's white with gold trim.
I'm gonna put him down at this point.
I wait.
As he's spinning upside down, just a confetti of flowers.
I wait like a moment and I just watch the area of the camp and then I step out.
Yeah.
And I go to approach the tent.
Roll perception as you head towards the tent.
That's a natural 19, so it becomes a 24.
You just hear something from inside the tent. Quietly as you head towards it.
There's something in the tent.
I rush over to the tent.
I rush up next to Luna.
I sort of go up to the side of it and listen in. Does it sound like maybe someone's injured or something like that?
It sounds like an animal of some sort is in there.
I'm gonna rush in.
There it was.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'll enter as well.
That's me lumbering.
How long are your arms?
As you walk in, there's a moose in this tent. It looks quite injured, but you notice that it's had some fairly makeshift medical work done to it. It's been stitched up where it's had a wound.
Alright.
Dearest friend.
Try and calm it.
Yeah, it's not moving very much because it's quite sore, quite injured.
Can I look around? So it's kind of patched up, so it kind of looks sad and sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it looks like someone's tried to help it.
What sort of injuries has it got?
If you're in there, roll perception.
Yeah, I'll do the same if possible.
Perception.
This is more of a Koppo thing.
Perception or
Yeah,
medicine?
okay.
Perception.
20.
You remember this as the animal you thought they were taxidermying.
Right.
Where they were pushing things in, it looks like they've been trying to sew it up and heal it,
Okay.
strangely.
I'm going to pull out the first aid kit that we found yesterday.
Yep.
See if there's any bandages left in it.
So you've still got the bandage. You used part of it, but it's still there.
Okay. I'm just going to look for any lines of wounds or puncture wounds or anything.
Yeah,
And just
so-
try and cover them up.
It looks like in its throat and down its side, it's been attacked by some sort of wolf.
Okay.
You figure you could probably wrap it up and at least stop the wounds from getting infected.
So I'm just gonna wrap those wounds.
I'm going to look around the rest of the tent.
You know what to do.
Sorry.
You know what to do.
Oh god. 20.
Nice. So you start wrapping this around, and the moose just immediately becomes quiet, and then all of a sudden frantically jumps up and starts kicking around, fully healed.
Nice work, Copper.
Make a whoever's in the tent is going to have to make a dex save.
Alrighty.
20.
That's a natural one.
15.
You take 6 bludgeoning damage as this moose rears up, kicks off the ground into you and through the side of the tent, taking half the tent with it, and charges off.
Luna, are you okay? I like rush down and help her up.
You good?
I'm gonna step outside the tent straight away. Just look for any berries around, any type of bush that has berries or anything to the left.
Yeah, you find in the distance some small shrubs. They look like they've got small blackberries on them from what you can see.
Alright, I'm just gonna yell and run back soon and run off and get some berries.
Can you leave that kit?
You look out and you just see Koppo in the distance and just a trail of flowers.
Yeah.
It'd be easy to find now.
And on the way back, I'm gonna grab one of those berries and I'm gonna try my darndest to cast good berry on it.
Yep, roll.
6.
Yeah, so you're focusing on it, and all of a sudden it turns into a tiny black spider that just starts crawling over your hand.
Ah, shit!
And I'm gonna bring the other berries back and give them to Luna to do what she does.
How bad are her injuries?
Whose?
Luna's?
She's looking fairly trampled from being rammed by this.
I sort of just sit her up and come on, get to your feet, walk. It makes things better. I sort of just help her walk. just slowly walking around, just so she can get function of her lungs back.
You've got 2 berries to do your thing with, and 1 berry to turn into a spider.
I attempt to cast good berries.
Roll medicine for me.
Oh, okay. What's the 3s? 17.
These are narco berries. They're going to put you to sleep if you try and eat them.
Copper.
What's wrong?
Can't get over that. These good.
You think it's bad for you?
They're berries, but they're gonna put me to sleep if I eat them. Or eat them. Thank you. Maybe for something else. No, I'm not holding.
Take them, put them in the side pocket of the bag, and I'm gonna go off and grab more from the bush.
I'm gonna search the camp for any supplies.
Yeah, so you can find some basic supplies. It looks like anything of real value, weapons and armor have been taken and run with.
Yep.
But you do find some crates with some basic living supplies, some food,
Cool.
some cloth, some linen.
Yeah, I'll replenish my rations.
Yep.
I might just sit there.
Maybe some torches as well.
Yeah, you find a couple of medicine kits as well.
Yeah, I'll grab those.
What do you need them for? We got one of those.
Can someone search the tent for anything that could have, moon last night?
I'm gonna just try and look for magic things in his tent.
Yep. Roll investigation.
9.
Yeah, so it looks fairly simple. It looks like he's lived fairly simply in here. There's nothing left other than a bed, a chest of drawers. Inside you do find a healing potion.
Oh,
It's been left behind.
taking that.
You find some clothes, some fine clothes.
Do they fit me?
They would be quite baggy on you, but you could wear them.
Grunk just ransacked all tents. I'll go look in the other tents.
Yeah, so you find fairly similar things, basic living essentials. You do find an armorer's kit.
Cool. I'll take that. Grunk, take all food you can find.
Yeah, you find quite a bit of food. That's probably the least important thing to them when they took off. They just figured, get their stuff, get out. Left all the basic equipment there in tents.
Breakfast!
We've got visitors.
One test to go.
You hear a wolf essentially prowling perimeter.
No. Come on, out.
How did you do that? This game is immersive.
Just some Foley work from Koppo.
Fantastic, it's working well.
Damn, I did not expect that.
Alright.
You get a wolf? Oh, and then it does it for you.
Not on command.
And then it seems to disappear into the woods.
I don't know if there's anything else that I intended to find. What do we want? We can't find anything that caused this. I don't think Fancy Man did this.
Nothing in the tent?
Yeah,
in the main tent, yeah.
Looking for.
Perhaps any books that might relate to anything like we saw, or any
there's
items that seem...
There's some books there. Most of them about Amish military tactics.
Yep.
I'll take
A couple of cooking books.
Ooh,
Ooh.
I'll take those.
Like cooking.
They look fairly simplistic, more like how to survive on the road with what you find.
I'm gonna need that.
Think of it like road food.
It's on mushrooms.
I am gonna take the healing potion straight over to Luna and give it to her.
Yep.
What's this?
Drink it. I've seen the witches make them.
Is it from your backpack?
No, I found this from the Fancy Man. Drink it, I promise. It's from me, not from my bag. If that'll make you trust it more, I guess.
No, I don't drink it.
Yep. So you drink this potion and you start feeling much better immediately.
Yeah.
Your brain's still a little bit twisted and fluffy from where you hit the ground and got pulled.
Back up or just normal or?
So it's 1d4 plus...
Common 2d4
2d4 plus 2.
Sorry.
The ones!
So 4.
So 4.
So you're only down 2 now.
I'm up to 8 hit points, guys! Okay.
Huh?
This is why I walk in
Okay.
front.
Then all of a sudden the DM briefly disappeared.
The gods are dead, guys. We can do whatever we want.
Thanks, Koppodrazi.
Raise the can.
That helped.
I think the wall's been banished by an otherworldly being.
Ooh.
I can't think of there being anything south, just from memory. Anything south.
South is a lot of land to travel between here and Arm. There's some things along the way, small villages,
Yeah.
hamlets, but nothing of significance that you think someone would be fleeing to.
Yeah. Okay.
Have we found everything good in the camp?
Roll investigation.
That's a weird question.
Can I assist with this?
Yeah. So you can roll again because Kai's assisting.
Do a final sweep.
16. Investigation. Plus 1, 17.
So you go into this tent that's half destroyed, and you notice where it was kicked out there is a small box that looks like a crate of some sort. Opening it up, you find 3 small potions, bright green.
Oh, hell yeah. Pocket them.
Well, seems to be nothing here.
Can I
What do we want to do?
investigate what they are?
Are you training Arcana?
Another plus 1.
But
So
not
you're
efficient?
proficient. No.
No.
So you can't look at them, you've never seen anything like it before, you're not really sure how you even begin working out what they are, short of drinking one and seeing if you can do anything unusual.
I'm not going to do that at the moment.
Come on, Labrat.
I'll make Weird Boy do it later.
I can't hear this.
Yeah.
I can't hear this, so...
Different tent. Different tent. Well, if there's nothing left here, no one can think of any perhaps meaningful locations where this could relate to.
I know right now I don't want to go and follow those men.
We don't have to.
Good.
Although he may know something about it.
I'll speak to the Fancy Man, but none of the rest.
I mean, I'm happy to do the talking again if need be. But I think he'll probably have more of an idea than us at this point.
Roll insight for me.
Okay. Natural one.
Yeah, you figure you'd probably be able to catch up fairly quickly. You're fairly well rested.
Yeah.
They've been travelling through the night. They would have had to stop to camp somewhere nearby.
They probably stopped to camp somewhere. We could potentially catch up to them.
Alright. Put my backpack on my back.
Shall we?
I'll look around for a stick. You can just use.
You find a fire pit and there is some kindling around it.
Yep.
You find it hard to find an exact walking stick. You
Yeah.
can find a large
They
log
do.
that's going to be fairly heavy or a very small stick that you can't lean down for. But looking around you see there's lots of trees. You could quite easily break a branch
Yeah.
off.
I'm going to take a tent pole.
How do I disassemble it?
Yeah, Grunk help.
Yeah.
I'll just rip a tent pole and try and snap it to the
Yeah,
ground.
roll strength.
20, not natural.
So these are fairly solid steel supports. Grunk look effortlessly just starts bending and then you see the metal tear and snap and he hands it to you.
Wow.
That's impressive. As
It just stick.
This is a big more than a stick. This is like metal.
Metal just fancy rock. Rock just fancy wood. Just stick.
I love you, Grunk.
So
I will
you,
use it.
yep, you use that as a crutch and start moving forward.
Yep.
And you're all heading south back down the trail.
Yep.
Whoever's taking point, roll survival for me.
I will if no one else
I
will.
won't be at the front. I'll be.
Alright.
Grunk take back.
Not my speciality.
8 total.
I'm good at that, but.
Because good rolls.
So you kind of get down to the bottom where you first came from, the trail of flowers. And you stop and think, where do they go? I've got no idea. I saw them heading south, but
Well, this is why they didn't put me in the scouting regiment.
Do I see the bear?
uh,
Cave?
you see the cave.
Yeah.
It's not too far away.
I'm just going to go say goodbye to the bear before we go.
No worries.
You figure out where they went.
I'll look first, see if I can re-pick up the trail.
And I put the pole down and I walk to the cave.
I'll go and pick the pole up and stand at a respectable distance.
Roll investigation.
Investigation. 6.
The trail seems to have gone cold, and you can't quite work out how, considering they're all riding horses through dusty ground. There should be hoof prints, but you just can't find them.
I eventually walk back in the clearing again. I've got nothing.
I'll go up to the bear. Still in the cave with the cup?
Yep.
I'll go up to the bear and no, it can't understand. It's like, stay safe. And I've got to leave now.
Kind of looks up and just grunts. You don't know if it understood you. You think it probably didn't. And grunts and goes back to whatever it was doing. Bear things.
Reach in my back and I grab out 2 rations and I put it on the ground and I walk on.
What sort of rations are they?
I have no idea.
I don't give them to her.
No. They would be. Oh yeah, you're right. They would be kind of like vegetable bowls. So I won't do that. Now that I think about it, and I'll just leave.
Yep. So you turn around, see the bear curling up around its cub as you walk out, and it's just disappeared into the darkness.
They're safe now.
As you walk out and hand you your new walking staff.
Thanks. You think I'm gonna get bruises?
Alright, well these two aren't looking, so I'm just gonna blink inwards. My eyes are gonna turn red, and I'm gonna try and prestidigitate the hoof mark on her chest. Remove it.
Remove it.
Just try and like take the mark away.
Yeah.
The dirt
So your
from-
clothes look brand new all of a sudden. Probably newer than when you first made them.
That's cool. I'll never have to do washing again.
When was the last time you did wash?
That's a good point.
This is why we're friends. I'm gonna grab my backpack straps and walk off and follow Grunk and Kai.
So you sort of meet at the edge of this clearing again.
Yeah, no, I've lost the trail. I'm not entirely sure where they're gone. They were running south, but I scouting is not my forte.
I'll have a look.
You get roll investigation.
That's a 19 plus 1, 20.
You can't look down at the ground and roll your eyes. Kyle's standing right on a hoof print that seems to be leading south.
Move your leg.
What?
Move your leg.
Which one?
Look.
I look down. I move the leg that is standing on it.
And you can't help but notice that your foot outline is completely encompassed by a hoof outline.
That is a big hoof.
So that's what we were looking for?
Does it look like they had anything, like when we sort of were approaching the camp, anything that may have made this hoof size?
Yes, they're horses.
Yes, this is what we're looking for.
Role playing very well.
Let's be utterly sure on this, guys.
And I'll take the lead.
I'll stay up with and sort of try and help, but it is not my forte.
Yep, so you start venturing south. Still in the forest, but away you've come before. It's fairly dense, a lot of trees. After some time you sort of realise you've lost the trail, so roll survival, whoever's in front.
Oh.
It's a natural one.
And you of course, there's no hoof prints here because the pine needles have fallen. But you can tell by the patterns on the ground they've gone this way.
Look, I mean, the hooves are kind of covered up at the moment. You know, pine leaves fall at this time of year, but it's this way.
Now, because we had the disagreement before,
Oh.
can I chime in and...
I'm already following it.
like,
You can try and argue it while you're walking.
As in, look around, see if I can just pick up any other tracks just to see if I can get this point in. 16 survival.
You can't see tracks, but you look ahead and the trees are dense. They could not have fit through here on horses.
Luna,
Yes.
they were on horses.
And?
They couldn't fit through the density of the forest over there.
Do you remember what happened last time we had this fight? She was right. So we're going this way.
Yes, but it's very obvious that you're not going to fit a horse through that. Can I like walk up to a gap and just like stand there and just see the difference between just like how tight of a fit it is just for me, let alone for
Probably
a horse?
find quite a few spots like that.
I stand in one of these spots and I say, there is no way a horse is getting through this. Trust me.
And I try and walk up to one that's slightly wider that might fit horse. Can I do that?
You find a few around.
Yep. This one will fit a horse.
Well, what about the one beyond it?
Yeah, well then you'll
I'm going to try and walk through a gap and the backpack and the bedroll is going to get caught.
Alright.
They could not have come this way.
Well, I mean,
Alright then, Sparty Pants, where do we go now then?
Is there any obvious way, or
No obvious way. It's just definitely not this way.
have we diverted? Have we been constantly heading south, or have we diverted?
We've been heading south, but in a winding way, going through trees, avoiding small creeks and rivers.
Grunk, amused at your quibbling. Have no real destination. Please make up minds.
Look, my guess is just we head south and hopefully we pick it up again.
we're gonna
Unless we want to head back and try it all over again.
still walk this direction, but we're just gonna go like around this dense part. Like,
Roll a insight for me.
Uh, 17.
While they're arguing about it, you just realise horses don't need much rest. They would probably just kept going much faster than you could keep up through the night. After a couple of hours of walking, you go,
Of course.
wait a minute.
Horses would have gone all through night. They'd be long gone by now. We'll never catch up.
While she's looking around and they're all fighting about it, I'm going to have a look for some berries again.
Yep. Roll investigation.
11.
Yeah, so you see off in the distance there's some small pockets of colour on some of the bushes.
Okay. Put the backpack down where
It
they're
seems
all
to be back the
fighting.
way you've come.
Yeah. I'll put the backpack down where they're all fighting and I'm going to go and pick them.
Yeah, so as you walk towards it, these small pockets of colour are actually flowers that you've spewed up on this bush.
How long is that going to last?
at the point of this argument, I'll kind of turn around and be like, come
Back in a second.
He just went when he does that. Alright, well...
He seems scary enough that nothing's going to outright attack him.
I hiccup from a distance and spew more flames.
These ones are the prettiest ones you've seen. Lots of purples and pinks floating down gently.
That said,
Further proving his
Be
point.
picking some up as we go.
I think you've got a pocket full of them as well somewhere.
Just in case I need to intimidate someone.
I mean,
What about your friend?
you mean the one I was travelling with?
Yeah. Didn't you say you were leaving marks on you?
Yes, and I was honestly planning on coming back to the cave. He's a smart one. I'm sure he would put a sign down if I was not there. But that's where I told him to go.
Well,
Am I back with them yet?
Are you still looking for berries?
No, I just found the flowers and went, oh, I'm an idiot, and came back.
Yep. So you'll be back on now.
Yeah.
Well, what's the plan from here then? We can head off and try and find something, or
What's Grunk doing at the moment?
Just sort of standing around.
Roll perception. Just try again.
8 plus 1.
Cool.
That's 9. Grunk do math.
are there any really tall trees?
A lot of really tall trees. You're sort of in the middle of a forest where there's some small ones, but most of them are quite large. It's been left fairly wild for quite a long time.
climb a tree.
Okay, roll athletics.
I'm going to start taking off my armor.
Athletics. Mother. 14 minus 1, 13.
It's a tree, it's not too hard. You do manage to climb. It's slower than you were hoping. You sort of get up a little way and you look down and get a bit of vertigo. You're not 100% sure if you want to keep going, but just keep pushing through it anyway.
Yeah, I
I'm
want to try
going
and
to stand under just in case any catch.
After I spend a couple minutes taking off my armor, I will also climb a tall tree.
get... She knows what she's doing.
You human
Okay.
and elves gonna find moon up there?
You never know.
That's a good idea, Grunk.
Best direction to go to find moon.
I want to get as close as I can to the top where I think it's safe and try and peer out and see if I see their settlement anywhere.
Roll athletics as you're climbing the tree as well.
That's going to be an 11.
So you think, after experience in climbing and athletics, start climbing up the tree, and Luna, even though going fairly slow, is seeming to outpace you as you're finding it hard to find handholds to get up.
Is it the same tree?
No, I was going to climb a different one.
Is it close enough that Grunk can catch both?
I mean,
If you stand in the middle and lunge, you might be able to.
maybe. I'd just find a tall tree and climb it. Whichever one I was next to when I took off my armor, really.
So you climb to the top and look around, and other than some white clouds in the sky, you don't see much of anything other than treetops. You do see the treetops recede some way off, but it just looks like a natural part of the forest. And you hear a bit of a clanging and bashing, and look across and clouds climbing up another tree near you.
What do you
the
see?
weapons are just clanging, like the swords just clanging off branches and stuff.
Elf lady, what do you see up there? You
Funny
find moon?
human clanging, trying to climb a tree.
So you both manage to reach the top and both see the same thing.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to see up here because the trees are just so densely packed and go on for as far as you can see. But while you're both up there, roll perception.
9.
Matt!
I guess you can't see the forest from the trees.
10.
I'll get you both to roll perception.
Okay.
Also, while the... I was going to...
Ooh.
18.
10.
So you're looking up at them as they're calling out about what they see. Grunk just feels a tingle in the back of his neck and looks around, and out from between two trees a large direwolf bearing its fangs comes clawing out, and we will go to break there.
Alright.
See you in 5.
Yes, just, just
So you see this giant wolf come out of the woods, approaching you, letting out a low growl in its throat.
I'm going to move back towards the tree that Luna was up, and I'm just going to draw both of the daggers from behind where my pack is, just keeping them out of view of the wolf, but I'm prepping.
I'm gonna just try and calm him down and Grunk speak with animals.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna roll around like silly elf girl. Just we friend. We know fight. We no need to be angry. We all be friends here. We all like forest.
Stops growling, cocks its head to the other side, and sort of steps out towards you, circling you a little bit. Roll a perception.
16.
You can see it's recently been attacked by something. Several arrow puncture wounds are in it. Still a half-broken arrow in the back of its flank.
You've been attacked by human? Grunk no human. These humans okay. They can help, we can heal.
To be fair, I
Then
don't
do
look
it.
What?
Then do it.
Okay, come close. You got bandage.
I guess. Yeah.
Get bandage ready.
Alright.
We'll help both.
Put
It
the
looks at
daggers
you
away.
fairly distrustfully, but starts very slowly approaching.
Alright, I'll put the bag down, pull out the last few bandages. I guess I've probably only got like one or two.
It's a long roller bandage. You're not really sure it's...
Okay.
You've rolled it a few times, but it doesn't seem to be getting any smaller.
Okay. Alright, well, I know where it is. I'm not using anything else in that damn bag. But I will take that bandage over to it.
We're gonna have to pull the arrow out.
Yeah.
I'll come up to the wolf.
No, I've got an idea. If I just tell the wolf this, if I can heal a few things, what I'm going to do is give it a berry that will make it fall asleep, and then I'm going to pull the arrow out. Would that be alright?
We can heal your open wounds. This arrow it will hurt when we take it out. But we can give you berry and it'll make you sleepy, and then we can pull arrow
No
out.
sleep.
He didn't like that.
Alright.
It's eyeing you both very warily, staring at you.
Alright.
If you hold very still, Grunk can pull arrow out, but it will hurt, and then we heal.
Do it.
Okay, Grunk go up. Just hand on back very gently.
Roll a strength check.
19.
So you manage to pull it out cleanly. You lets out a very loud yelp and shudders a bit, but
Okay.
doesn't run.
Bandage now.
Up in the tree, you hear the yelp of a direwolf from directly below you.
I immediately look down.
And you see Grunk look like he's half hugging this giant direwolf.
Grunk, don't turn it off!
What's happening down there?
I'm going to rub the ring immediately, and I'm going to yell into both of their heads.
Its head snaps up.
Don't worry.
Tell them they won't come down.
They won't come down.
It stares at you very directly.
I am holding the crossbow, the light crossbow, but it's not aimed at or anything like that.
I'm just wrapping
Quickly.
roll insight.
17.
You get the feeling it's because you're human.
I figured. I put it away, but there's still an arrow knot.
So you start wrapping this band. She's still staring up this tree. Roll a d20.
So what happens when I start climbing out?
2. So you start wrapping this bandage on the wolf, and it lets out a yelp and lunges back, and you see its fur, and it just starts singeing a little bit. And it growls at you and lowers.
I raise my hand and go, I'm sorry!
You see its ears just flatten. It's gone. It's very confused with this whole thing. It starts sort of slinking backwards.
I don't know what I have for this.
I'll start climbing down. Do you want to athletics?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Well, it depends how you're trying to climb down.
Like, gingerly. Like,
If you're trying to swing from branch to branch and get down quickly, that would be acrobatics.
something plus 2, 19.
So Carl's watching, and you just drop, and he panics for a moment, and you grab a branch and swing, land on your feet, drop and grab it, and in a matter of moments, you are most of the way down.
Well,
They
Grunk.
kind of glance at the dire wolf.
Grunk. Tell the wolf that she
Backing
can.
off.
Tell the wolf she can cure his open wounds.
Calm down. We can.
Burns.
I'm gonna back right up.
Elf can heal. Elf has heal magic. Not human, elf. Much
No
less.
burn.
No burn.
One more. Yeah.
Trying to do
Mm,
grumpy.
do you roll on it?
Yeah, 18 plus 2 is 20.
Yep. So you drop the last one, little flourish, and land perfectly on your feet, gracefully.
Alright. Hey,
Can't wait for Kai to come
I
down.
just. Do you mind if I touch?
She need touch and then heal.
Like last touch.
No, that went wrong. Weird boy is new to magic. Elf very good.
What happened?
I tried to heal it.
So Pad's very deliberately putting Luna between you as he moves around.
I think the bandages are broken.
Probably used them too many times. Alright, and I'll just close my eyes and just leave my hand forward until I touch the foot.
Yep.
And I will cast. Didn't need to touch it, but I wanted to. Healing word. Fluffy puppy. Say 3 plus 3, so 6 points of healing as I.
So you see this soft green glow come out of Luna's hands, engulfing the back of this wolf's flank, and the wounds just start healing over, and you see tiny tufts of fur start springing up through the open skin.
Does that make you feel better?
You feel better now?
Grunk,
Better?
find who did
He
this.
sort of turns around and looks. And,
Which
thank you.
which way bad people go?
Frank throws his head back north.
Do you have a pack?
Looks very vacant. Roll insight.
10.
No pack anymore.
I can't hear this.
Not unless you can't speak with animals.
No, that's fine. I'll just.
The bad people went that way. The hunters. The wolf has no pack left.
He looks up at you.
I'm staying in the tree. Hello?
He looks at you and says, "We're with the man cub."
He's good man. He man friend. He helped hunt the hunters.
He smells of the man cub.
He's okay. He will stay there. Kai, stay there.
If you insist.
Luna's kind of just eyeing you at the moment, going, "How are you switching between that?"
How are you talking like him?
Like, because he can, and
So he looks at you and says, "Soldiers, men from north, attack, trying to eat man cub." What's up?
The soldiers attacked him.
Well, I gathered that.
The soldiers seem to have left forest because of Moon. You know what happened to Moon?
Moon gone.
Does this happen in this forest a lot? Ever?
Moon never go. Moon gone.
We try to chase humans, find out what happened to Moon. We try leave forest. We know her animals.
No hurt.
No hurt.
Smells of man cub.
Kai, I think he wants to eat you.
Okay. More reason for me to stay up here.
I get down.
Roll an insight.
I get down on all fours.
Or perception, your choice.
Start growling.
Not always, but
I mean, they'd both be 11.
Hurts.
As he's speaking, you see his fangs. You do see a little bit of cloth stuck in them.
You
did I see that?
If you're standing there, roll perception.
Ooh.
20.
You sure did. But you saw it first. You're just being polite.
Grunk.
Flattens its ears and sort of rears back a little bit as that happens.
Where did you leave man come?
Soldiers take north.
Grunk, get me that piece of cloth. I know how to do this.
You have cloth and teeth. Can we? No.
Roll animal handling.
Oh
Oh, here we go. We need your hands.
6.
As you reach, it just sort of draws back, growling.
Not happening.
How are we ever going to find them if we can't talk? We can't get the cloth.
You're north.
I don't know which way north is.
Manfred, no.
I'm on all fours.
Are you casting?
No, I'm not casting. I'm just mimicking the animal.
It looks at you and its ears flattened right against the sky.
I
Starts
don't
stepping around.
think, I don't think he likes us.
Does he like it?
Oh, no.
Including.
Oh.
Make it stop.
It doesn't like that.
Roll
just be
inside.
5.
You don't know why it doesn't like it, but it definitely does.
Okay. I'm gonna step back up.
I assume I can see Grunk talking to it.
Yeah, you can see everything. You can probably hear most of the conversation.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's a fairly empty forest. You can hear
Alright.
the echoes.
Okay.
Grunk, what's its problem with us? Why won't it leave now? We helped it.
What do you want from us now? We help. We heal.
Just kind of looks up at Kai.
Maybe we just let it in car.
Do I hear that?
How loudly do you stage with me?
What?
Roll animal handling.
20. Not natural.
So as you're thinking about it, you figure it's a wolf. It's a predator. It's just been healed, but it has been injured. It's probably feeling quite vulnerable, and you think it's waiting for you to retreat so it can feel safe.
It's gonna be. We should back off. We need to get Kai out of the tree.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it going to let... Can I come down at all?
How high is Kai?
About 60 feet up.
I can't catch that.
I mean, you could try.
We're going now. We get Manfred from tree, and then we go. We chase bad men.
He just starts staring at Kai.
Slide down, but real slow. I'm gonna move to the base of the tree he's at, and just
Yeah, I begin to
so
slowly
be
start-
between him and the wolf.
Roll
Okay.
animal handling.
13.
I begin to, slowly make my way down the tree.
Yep.
Just taking my time, not making any sudden movements anyway. Trying not to.
Yeah, you see the wolf just below, being held back a little bit by Grunk, just staring up at you.
I sort of, when I get down to 10 feet, I just drop rather than finish flying to the ground. I drop.
Roll a perception.
Okay, that's going to be a 18.
So as you get lower, you notice its haunch is starting to squat a little bit, like it's ready to lunge.
I don't drop. Can I climb around the other side of the tree from it and sort of interpose the tree between me and it?
Yeah, so as you climb around the tree, it sort of stays back from you a bit, but it starts padding slowly around.
Yep.
Towards him?
No attack.
Alright,
We go. We need our Manfred.
I'm going to bow my head a little bit and just pull the hood over. And then there's going to be a pretty putrid smell at the base of the tree.
The wolf sort of starts growling, coughing a little bit. Doesn't seem put off though.
I'm going to spread the smell towards the wolf.
It doesn't seem to react. Seems like it already smelt it, it's just not put off by it.
I try to navigate around the tree so that my landing point is going to be as flat and even as possible. I sort of just say, Grunk, just move out the way just in case.
Where's his armor?
Down the base of the tree, somewhere left at bottom.
I would imagine, yeah.
Is it within reach of us?
Oh, you can grab it fairly easily.
Yeah, I'm just going to bundle that up for him.
Yep.
And yeah, as I drop, I land in a ready position, ready to either jump out the way or towards the wolf and to prevent it from snapping at my neck.
So it sort of comes at you and it growls.
Yeah, I just
and
sort
it
of
says something you don't hear. And you hear, "Never leave cub behind. Pack stay together."
Our pack stay together.
Yeah, I just sort of hands up and
Roll perception.
13.
You notice this cloth in its mouth, and you notice a small arcane symbol that you recognise from Simon's clothing.
Okay. Grunk, are you still able to speak with it?
Yes. What?
Ask what happened to a young boy, sort of similar to me.
He already said men can't get taken by soldiers up north. Does he mean your friend?
I would assume so. I guess.
Man cub is small boy like him.
Yeah, ask who they may be referring about to with man cub. I'm just sort of eyeing the wolf at this point.
Man cub is boy like him.
Man cub.
We need to find man cub. Soldiers take man cub. I think you meet your friend. I think the soldiers took your friend up north. I think you tried to eat your friend.
Roll insight.
Not 20.
You pick up that with what's happened, these packs have deformed. These wolves are running solo now. And it seems angry about it. It can't do anything about it, but it seems angry. And it seems really angry that Kai has left his pack behind.
He seems really angry you left your friend behind.
To be fair, given the circumstances, I can understand. Can you ask it to potentially lead us there or give us a exact location? Also ask, if possible, how long ago?
How long ago man cub get taken north?
He looks up at the sky. The light. When moon go?
When moon go? And do you know exactly where?
The wolves of men.
He said the wolves of men.
North Wars of Men. Would I assume potentially Baldur's Gate?
I mean, there's villages between, but I mean, they're
Or village, yeah.
but they're very solid walls.
Okay.
Roll an insight.
Alright. 19.
If you're talking about man-made walls north, definitely be thinking Baldur's Gate.
Okay. Right. Okay. And there's... can you ask it if it means a large settlement of man, lots of people, or potentially a smaller one?
Did man cub get taken to big town or little town?
Big pack.
Big.
Well, that's... okay then.
Thank you very much, Wolf. We find pack. Thanks to you.
Pack.
And we're very sorry to hear about your pack.
Growls for a moment and
Is there anything
just
I
turns and dashes off into the woods.
Bye, puppy.
We should have asked if he wanted to come with us.
I don't think that was a great idea going to Mantown.
Kai just sort of goes silent, sort of
Wolf voice.
goes quiet and sort of just zones out and goes through the process of putting on his armor for the next, I think, 5 minutes.
10 to
10 to 15, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it back to you.
Yeah. Spits.
Yeah, as you're putting your armor on, every now and then you'll put a piece on and you notice a couple of flowers fall out.
just sort of absent-mindedly just brush them out and continue to do it, but the entire time I don't speak.
You're very well.
At this point, it takes to for him to don. I have made a druid craft, kind of like a little crown of flowers that Koppo's been putting up, and I just go, I made this for you.
I'm gonna put it on top of my head. Smile widely.
As soon as Kai's finished, he sort of just doesn't look up. He's still looking at the ground. And he just says, "I need to go north."
Is this about your friend?
Yeah.
Are the Northmen like the ones we met before, who, you know, want to kill me?
The men in the city of Baldur's Gate, I would assume, not so much.
I mean, you wouldn't think immediately unless he does something too strange that draws attention.
So I'm fucked.
No one's going to want to hurt you if if you keep it low key up in Baldur's Gate. But the men who took Simon, I believe, potentially. Not gonna lie, but I need to go. I'm going to them anyway. So.
All right, I'm gonna tighten my shirt a bit to cover up my skin, and pull my hood up, and it'll probably knock the druid craft flowers off. But I've got a sad look on my face, and I don't care at this point.
That was do you guys want to go, or?
Finding man's friend, a better objective than finding moon.
You could maybe find answers there. I mean,
Lots of men. Lots of people that know things.
haven't exactly been to a town before.
Well, it'd be a good experience, I guess. Lots and lots of people.
I retreat further.
Loud.
into the wood.
Very loud.
Further again.
Last city Grunk was in, he got sold. But Grunk big now.
Yeah. The people of Baldur's Gate, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be overtly invasive of our privacy. I would imagine.
Not unless you give them reason to once again.
Yeah.
Koppo,
I'm not responding. Oh, you mean me? Yes.
you okay about visiting this town?
I'm gonna be fine.
Grunk has lots of gold he stole from mine. We get best food you ever eat. No stone arm.
I mean, I'm hungry, but I don't know. Besides, what's gold?
Just fancy metal.
Look, I'm not going to pressure anyone into joining me. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to force you guys to do anything. What you do is what you do, but
Do they
it's
have
my
books?
movements. I would imagine there'd be a library in Baldur's Gate or something like that.
Lots of libraries, lots of bookstores. It's a very large city.
Alright.
There is quite a few books there.
I'll just concentrate on that, and then we can go, and I'll just concentrate on that. We're gonna go get books. Okay. Alright.
You know what? If you can make it all the way to the bookstore, I will buy you your first book.
What's buying?
You know that gold thing?
Not really, but...
Humans like the shiny metal.
Yeah.
You give them that, they give you food and book.
I pull out a couple. I would assume that I have something like a copper, silver, and gold.
Yeah, you'd have a few coins if
So I pull out a copper piece, a silver piece, and a gold piece, and
and I'll pull out my 2 magnetic dice, and I'll hold them in my hand.
right. So you see this one. I hold up the copper piece.
Well, it's flat and it's round.
Yes. This one as well. This one is a silver,
It's flat and it's round.
and this one is a gold.
And it's flat and it's round.
Yes, they're all flat and
But
round.
it's useless. If you have square ones, you can play games.
I mean, you are holding up firstly a triangle, then an unusually shaped coin.
Yeah.
None of them are actually round.
They are, yes, different shaped coins.
I'm just finding like a flat bit on the ground and rolling those. See, this could be a game. What? You can't do nothing with that. Boring.
Well, I mean, you can, and I just take the gold coin, flip it, catch it, heads or tails.
Yeah, but this has 6 sides.
I don't think they have sides.
It's so much more fun. Like, you do this 2 sides, it's 6 sides.
Yes, no, you don't play games with this.
And you might get the hammer.
Yes, this isn't to play games with. This is for trade, for barter, sale.
Usually we just trade in herbs and potions.
What happens when you get the hammer?
You win.
Can we play a game?
Of course.
How do I play?
Here's one of the die.
Okay.
And I'll have the other one, and we'll find a bit of flat ground. We just roll them as many times as you like until
I
you
give
get the
up and
hammer.
just put the coins
I'll
back.
roll a d6 and 6 is the hammer.
Okay.
I got this one.
No, that's not the right one. No.
I got the same number again.
We got the same number as each other. No. But we got the same number again. I win!
Oh, that's a fun game.
I always win this game.
Car's just kind of rolling his eyes.
I put the coins back. I give up. For the moment, I give up.
Go do silly things.
Look, if I will show you the process.
And she pulls out like a pouch, and she goes like, "This."
I take the pouch and pour it out.
You get 50 gold pieces.
15 gold pieces. Yes, this. I put them all back in and hand it back to you. Yes, so essentially you trade those for goods and services.
We can buy more dice.
I'm going
You
to pull
could buy
out
more dice, yes.
a piece of soap and a piece of chalk.
Look at that.
I'm going to try and pull a piece of soap and a piece of chalk out of the backpack and hold it in my hand and be like, this?
No. You can buy that though with coins.
I don't need to buy it, I've already got it.
Roll a d20.
Oh,
Probably got away with that one. 4.
The soap, you notice, starts bubbling a little bit, like it's been recently used to wash, and your hand just starts going invisible.
Go.
You can sell that for quite a lot of money,
Brings up
actually.
to your elbow and just stops. And you just see this soap floating with a piece of chalk.
I try and touch the hand.
It's there.
Can you feel that?
Yeah. Honestly, you could sell that for quite a lot of gold pieces. Well, more so than a regular bar of soap.
Can I?
Watch this. I'm going to take the piece of chalk, put my hand on my head and put the chalk on my head.
So it just looks like there's a piece of chalk floating above Koppo's head.
Can we like see the arm?
You see it up to the elbow.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to take my pocket full of druid flowers and just in the air.
They start fluttering down. A couple of them land and seem to just float above his head.
Wow.
Can I just say this is reason Grunk like this group?
Okay. Yes.
So I'll put the chalk
I'm quite happy to be in charge of money and monetary.
I'm gonna give mine to you.
The monetary
Alright,
system.
then I'll give the bar of soap to you.
Roll a d20.
And the chalk.
8.
Your fingers just disappear as you grab it. But it stops at your fingers.
That is very concerning. Still there and completely normal.
Still
It's not there.
just- You can't see them, and no one else seems to be able to.
That is very concerning.
turn.
Roll a d20.
Do you want to
Nat 20.
Nothing happens.
Well, Grunk, it appears we got it out.
I'm gonna have it. 8.
Your fingers also disappear.
Not as good as mine! Look! I'm going to punch myself in the face.
Roll a hit.
8 plus 2, so
You're going to punch yourself in the face without saying a fist, you miss.
Look! Nothing. It's like my hand's not there.
Yes. Well,
Grunk, I was trying to hit myself.
I never actually. Yeah, can I roll an inside check on that?
I'm just starting to play with your dice now.
2.
Yeah. Hey, he's right. You can't see it.
Yeah. Well, I hand him back the chalk.
I think it was just a soap.
So,
No,
not
you took
so.
soap and chalk
I
out.
took.
Oh.
I put the chalk away. Okay.
Okay, I hand him back the chalk.
Okay. Now, if you had the chalk, roll another d20.
Okay. 13.
It starts wiggling a little bit in your hand.
I tentatively give it back to him.
Roll a d20 now that you put the soap away.
15.
Yep, nothing. Just normal piece of chalk.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I'm.
But this one's not money, right?
No, you could get money for it if you find someone who would like to trade money for it, though. How about I explain it on the way there?
Right,
If
so for the
you are so
whole
willing to
trip,
come.
I'm gonna keep like finding things just in my pockets, not in the bag, and just pulling it like the dirt that I had from before, and just pulling it out. Like, is this money?
No, that is dirt.
The giant sacrificial dagger. I'm gonna pull that off my bag. Like, is this money?
Yeah, that money.
No, but
Alright.
that is a dagger, and is it very? I assume very well made and whatnot.
Very ornate. It almost looks ornate to the point of being not very useful in combat.
That's worth. Yeah, that's worth a fair bit of money to certain people.
Now the question is, do you believe that it's worth money, or do you believe that it is money? You've heard both stories now.
I always believe Grunk over Kai.
Very fair.
So this is money,
Which you trade for other money, of course.
of course. But I don't want the boring money. So
That-
more
that-
of this money was good.
That brings up me explaining that you can exchange money for more money and less money with the exchange system.
So I give someone this, and they'll give me more of these.
Yes, but not golden.
Grunk, I've said it before, and I'll say it again.
You're cute.
Humans are dumb.
Keep that. You tell me. I do this. They give me little circles. I get food with circles.
This doesn't.
How am I doing this?
Oh, I don't understand.
Basically, how it works, you get gold, or the round shiny thing, the shaped shiny things that are different colors. You get them for doing certain things for other people.
Don't bother. Let's just go. Oh, let's go.
I'm going to be in charge of money and shopping and stuff like that. So I'll be bookkeeper.
How are you planning on travelling to Baldur's Gate?
I assume there's a road that Simon and I may have travelled up from.
Yeah, you'd figure from where Candlekeep was, there would be a main thoroughfare that goes through to Baldur's Gate. You are in the middle of the forest at the moment. Not in the middle, on the skirts.
There's a road. I would imagine to the east of us.
West.
West. Oh, okay. There's a road to the west of us. It leads us straight there. I would say that's probably our best bet.
I'm hearing a lot of these things: the north and east and west and south. And what's that?
Just follow human man.
All right.
Directions, yes. Road then?
Right.
I've never been on a road.
How far to Baldur's Gate?
Would I know at all?
Have you been there before?
I would imagine not.
Not sure you know it's further north.
North.
I mean, roll an insight check.
That doesn't help me.
20. Not natural.
You figure if someone was caught by soldiers and taken back there, it can't be too far.
Yep. Probably not far. Day or two travel at most. Maybe 3 if we're unlucky, I guess.
Oh, I've got plenty of food.
Yes. So do I. Speaking of, I'll pull out another ration. Grunk, would you like some?
Yes.
We share a ration between
Thank
us.
you.
Take one of mine out.
Can I have that?
You want to come with mine?
Yeah.
You did. That one.
There's a 6.
So you're eating it, you start feeling very sore.
Mm.
You start eating it, and halfway through a mouthful, you just stop, and you can't move.
Oh, come on.
How many flowers are half out of my mouth?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Copper, are you okay?
Oh no.
After a brief moment of silence, you hear hiccup and off the flowers.
I just walk up to him and just lightly tap him on the cheek.
Don't shake him.
His skin feels like stone.
Oh. Okay.
Did I see him reach into his pack and take the thing?
Probably. It wasn't very subtle.
Grunk, how about we both agree that we eat our food from now on?
I guess
Don't take
how
the
you-
potion out. You know what this is? This help?
Would I recognise those from being that it was from an Amish camp?
If it's an Arcana check, you can roll it if you've got proficiency.
No proficiency in it, no.
Proficiency. I mean, it's a different color.
And I offered twice.
Is this good? Is this good?
Stop you, you're paralysed.
Oh, I'm paralysed.
Not you.
Oh, okay.
You're just feeling very sore and achy.
Yeah, Luna, how are you feeling?
That doesn't feel good.
Would you like some actual food? I like hand
I'm
over
gonna start
glass.
pouring in this potion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is it going down? Like.
Yeah, it's slowly dribbling down. He hicks up and some flowers come out into the potion, but it keeps going down.
Okay. Okay, did that help? Oh gosh.
You just hear very quietly, march, 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 march. And you just see a line of ants trailing along in front of you. March, 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 march.
I sigh heavily and pick Koppo up and just try and find the best way to carry him and continue walking.
I'm going to try this for fun. Absorb elements, and its reaction spell captures some of the incoming energy, lessening the effect on you and storing if your next melee attack, or is that self? Never mind. Actually, I'm doing it on myself.
Can I?
Yeah, that did work.
Can I do a raw arcana check to try and break this?
Yeah, I'll let you.
19.
You feel your wrists start superheating, and you feel your body shaking a little bit, and you start very slowly getting movement back in the tips of your fingers.
With the tips of my fingers, I push the rest of the rations in.
Yep.
Just finish the meal.
roll a d20.
Oh god.
Oh, here we go.
11.
You push it in, and your fingers start stiffening again.
I did
I continue marching.
You might want to roll a perception at this point.
Me?
And my wrist is still
15.
burning hot, right?
It's cooled down now.
Okay.
You've seen him just push this bit of food in, it's stuck in his mouth, and you can see he's hiccuping some flowers, it's kind of blocking his airway.
Oh god. I want to do a medicine check to see if I can clear his airways.
I'll let him down.
That's a... Oh, This will be the end of Koppo.
Plus what?
3, 7.
It's a very easy DC, you're literally just pulling some food out of his mouth.
Okay.
You get in, pull it out,
Oh my god. Oh god.
and a handful of flowers just straight out.
Jesus.
And as you're doing it, he hiccups and explodes in your face. Flowers everywhere.
I'm waiting for more to come out so I can start digging it out again. Can I get the food out?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get the food out.
The rock arm seemed to dissipate by morning, perhaps. This is temporary.
Alright. So,
I've never seen this before. I'm just picking up again and continue walking.
You said you've never seen this before. Are you just talking about me in general?
I mean, yes, I guess.
You just start hearing, hello, hello, hi, hello. You look up and there's some little birds flitting around the treetops.
I'd love to talk to them.
They seem to be talking to each other more than anything.
do the same thing as Koppo would do, and I search around for berries.
Yep, okay, roll a survival check for this one, or nature check.
17, 22.
Yeah, so you managed to find some berries fairly easily.
Yep. And I'll just be like, yeah, I'll try this. And I'll put one in his mouth.
And it just sits there.
Sorry! Get another one out.
Don't think it's doing anything. Look,
I really want to talk to the animals, so I'm going to try and do another
Yep.
Right when I'm doing this.
with a 7.
And I'm just pushing it down and I'm trying to...
Luna, it's not probably. You're probably going to. It's not going to work. I don't think.
Doesn't seem to.
Can I move, grab his arm and move it, or is it locked stiff?
It's locked stiff,
Okay.
like a statue.
Yeah.
By the way, totally worth it.
Yeah.
Delicious rations.
Yes.
Oh.
And you're not using any energy at the moment either.
No. I'll just carry him. He's not that heavy.
I want to find the thing. Where did he put it? And I want to search for his medicine kit.
In your backpack?
Yeah.
It's in a separate, unfortunately, it's in a separate pouch, and if you didn't know that, you're going to be looking in the wrong place.
I don't think
Ooh, this will be interesting then.
I think
I'll find the
I will
thing.
allow you to roll an insight to see
Here's
if
my
you
backpack.
actually put it in there.
Okay.
Is that your backpack?
That's not that
You can see what she finds.
Okay.
plus 5, 9, 14 insight.
You've seen him put it somewhere separate, but there's quite a few small, strange pouches on
Okay.
this bag.
That one. And I'll go looking in that one.
Roll a d6 for me.
That's 1.
Okay. You pull out a cloth that looks like a bandage.
Okay. Alright. I think you did it like this.
Roll a d20.
This is 16.
16. Yeah, so you start feeling really nice. It's quite warm and makes you feel good.
No! Is it working?
Is there any chance I can just give a little smile?
Roll a strength check.
Oh god, that's not me. 10. Just straight 10.
So you are pretty sure you're grinning widely.
It's not working.
Yeah.
Just disappearing as you wrap around everything.
Luna, stop. Just in case you're wasting it, stop.
if we carry him together with mouth down, he'll just spit flowers until he better.
That's a good idea.
I take feet, you take top.
Sure, sounds good.
We'll just carry him.
We
like that.
both get both just over the shoulder.
And what animals do I hear on the way?
There's actually not as many as you'd expect. But you do continue to hear birds. A lot of them are flitting through the trees. They just seem to be saying hello to each other as they dart past. It's quite strange.
Can you
God,
hear
that's
anyone
boring.
else?
Anyone else?
Yeah.
You can hear you all if you're speaking.
Here's a question.
No.
Here's a question. My ring's touching my finger at all times.
Mhm.
And I probably only just thought of this, being Gobbo. Can I speak to people through the ring using message?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay. So I've only just figured this out.
Well, you're probably used to rubbing it and you don't realise it can just work it out.
That's what I think.
But try this. Is it working?
Before I talk to them, what's the closest animal?
There is a needle towel flitting through the trees.
Okay. I'm going to try and talk to that.
Yeah.
So, to say, hello?
It sort of looks around and says, to you, hello. Hops to another branch.
What animal are you?
It doesn't seem to understand. But it looks intently at you.
I've never seen one of you before. Can you land on my back?
Roll animal handling.
19.
So you're carrying...
I'm just
Go
here,
on.
just getting ready.
And this little needle toe just swoops down and perches on his back. And looks around at you all.
You're doing Luna?
Cobbo, you've got a bird on your back.
I guess not.
Hello.
So I'm just going to use the ring and say, Luna, I did that. I'm a druid now.
You can talk!
You can reply to this message.
You can talk? Are you okay? What can we do to help?
I kind of can talk. Look at my eyes, you'll see. I
Okay.
can't talk, but I'm talking.
That's awesome, you did great!
His
Birds
eyes
on
are
your back.
completely glazed over. A bit of drool.
Oh.
And flowers stuck in the drool.
Okay, I'm gonna just...
See, my eyes are totally red. I'm doing this deliberately. And I made a bird come on me. Onto me.
We're going to leave that one.
I'm a
you
very
feel it hopping on your
innocent
back?
17-year-old boy.
And you just feel it hopping around on your back.
Yeah.
And then you feel like a little... You'll see it just sort of gently pecking his back.
I'll reach in my bag and get out some birdseed, like things that I would use for my rations, and I just kind of sprinkle on his back.
Yeah. But it sort of looks at you a bit more cautiously. And sprinkle it, waits for you to sort of step back a bit and just... starts pecking at it.
I'm feeding it, Cobbo!
Birdie friend.
I'm just going to say it a little bit like, I don't know how long I can talk to you, so I'm going to talk to you lots. What's your name?
Name?
What do your friends call you?
Friends?
What do you know how? I don't know. This is hard. How does Luna do this? I'm just gonna grunt at it a few times.
As soon as you do that, you just feel it flits off.
Oh,
It lands on
Maybe
the
that's
tree.
maybe that's only how you speak bear. Luna,
yes!
I don't know how to speak bird.
Whistling.
It's too late. I spoke bear to it and it ran away.
Okay. Yeah. Birds are generally scared of bears.
Thank the other two for. I mean, I could do that. Hang on.
Like Grunk and I are just like,
I've got to make another call.
Can you group chat?
Yeah. One at a time. So I'm just gonna message Grunk and say.
We're moving this whole time, right?
Yeah. Trudging through the forest.
You just see me.
Hey Grunk, I just figured out that I can talk. Thank you for carrying me.
That's okay, weird boy.
Hey Kai, I just figured out that I can talk.
oh, that's good then. You're all right.
I think so.
Well, let us know if you're not.
I'm a druid now.
Awesome. You'll have to show me, I guess.
I mean, look, all the flowers and the birds. So I'm a druid now.
It's pretty convincing evidence. Yeah.
Possibly the most successful one in the party then.
Yep.
Thanks for carrying me, by the way.
Oh, that's no worries. That's what we do. And continue to walk.
Who's in front?
I might take front. So.
Who's in front? Carrying.
So bring the feet at the back.
Yeah, me. So I'd be
Roll a perception.
Perception. 18.
So he's talking to you. You're a little bit distracted, and you notice a low-hanging branch and duck down, carefully lying underneath.
Don't want to do that. Hit you with that.
And you march this way for quite some time. Quite heavy on your shoulders as you march through the day.
Does he soften at all as we go?
Doesn't seem to.
Hard as a rock, baby.
Um,
Got the back.
I might hold on to this.
I'm crossing things off that I've used.
And the sun starts to get a little bit lower. It's not late in the afternoon, but you know it's getting to the middle of it.
No, seemingly no sign of Baldur's Gate in the distance.
Well, you're heading towards the road. You're still in the forest.
No sign of the road then?
Not yet, but you feel you probably can't be too far off.
Sun's getting low. We can keep going, or if we want, we can set up a camp.
I reckon set up a camp.
If that's what we want to do.
May as well camp with cover of forest. Can't camp on road.
Yeah, which is a good idea. We can do that.
Yeah, we think it's a good idea.
Then that is what we shall do.
Hopefully, weird boy better by morning, eh, weird boy?
We place him back down.
Okay. Cobbo, can you show me how to do that ritual thing that you do? So I can do it for you.
I'm gonna message her and say, I just realised something. It's not gonna work.
Oh.
I have to be the one to do it.
Oh.
When I wake up, make sure no one's near me.
Okay. I'll keep watch.
At a distance.
How do you set up the camp?
Find a form of clearing, I guess, that will fit all of us.
Yeah. It's not too hard to find a clearing.
Tell Grunk and Kai. So Cobbo says that we should just move a little bit away from him when he wakes up in the morning. Let's just put him over there and I'll watch him.
Grunk like use rock for pillow.
And I'm just gonna lay something
Just
down.
gonna message Grunk and be like, I like to have fun as well, but this is very serious.
Okay, weird boy.
You need to take the backpack and all of anything you can get off of me, off and away.
I'm gonna
And clear an area.
open up a tree and see if I can fit Cobbo inside.
Yeah.
You guys do that and I'll...
As soon as you went through the tree, I'm just gonna message her again like, that is a horrible idea. Don't put me in one
Okay,
of
take
these.
it back out. Take it back out.
Clearing and distance. That's what you need right now.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
When she
Alright.
takes him out of the tree, I'll put the backpack in the tree. Keep this safe again.
Yeah.
I begin gathering like kindling and stuff for a fire.
Yep.
And find a clearing
Mhm.
and put Cobbo in the center and we'll go on the side.
Yep.
But I'll be watching.
Cobbo, would you like a fire next to you by any chance?
Oh, I'm gonna be perfectly fine for heat tonight.
Sure. Sure. I proceed to sort of put the sticks and stuff down, and then go make my own little campsite, doff the armor, put on the clothing and stuff.
So you get a small fire going. Just as the sun starts to finish setting, just a slight glow on the horizon, and it's getting much darker than it usually would. As you look up, the moon's still just not there. Roll a perception check.
Natty 1, baby!
And the sun goes down. Koppo is sitting in the middle of this clearing, silent and still. You're all doing your preparations.
I just opened up a tree and sit inside, but I'm going to plan to stay awake all night and watch Koppo.
Yeah.
Plan to.
I sort of, as the camp is set up and stuff, I offer. I can take first watch if people want to sleep. I've still got a bit of energy left in me, so.
I'm okay for now.
Didn't you take watch all night last night?
Yes, but
You
I
have
am
almost
absolutely
no
lying through my teeth. But
Grunk, could you sleep? Grunk play drum for a bit for Koppo.
all right, well, look, just wait.
How are you doing this?
Just as a
How are you setting up around Koppo?
Just as a question as well, when I said take everything, like, did you leave clothes on me? No, like, real question.
Real question, but yeah. I would have left clothes on, yes.
Alright,
Yeah,
I'm gonna message you guys and be like, I'm serious. Clothes need to go. I mean, leave the leather undies, but there's a reason for that. Just take the rest.
Leather undies. Okay.
Which one are you messaging? Guys?
Alright, I was.
Grunk.
Yeah, cool. I'm just watching.
Alright, so I stripped.
Was this before you set up camp? When you were taking the backpack off?
Well, no. Probably after they've set up a bit and I've sort of thought about it and realised.
And Grunk sat down and started playing the drums?
Yep.
So I'll get back up and.
Roll perception first.
Okay. 14.
So you're playing the drums for Koppo. You look down and you notice his foot just kind of tapping to the beat.
Noise.
Can I hear his message?
Yeah.
Strip him down.
What are you doing?
He asked me to.
And I rub my ring with my fingers.
Yep.
And I say to Luna, it's alright. I told him to do it.
Okay.
Then I'm just gonna lean
I'm
up
not
against the
watching.
tree, like a safe distance away, and just keep playing with his little clothes next to me.
I just
Roll
left.
perception.
Oh god.
What's that? 11. No, 10.
10, okay. It's nice to be serenaded by the drums while you're stuck there not able to move.
Kai finds like he uses his pack as like a pillow to prop himself up, and he's sort of just staring into the flames sort of the entire time, absent-mindedly rubbing a ring that he's got on a necklace, just staring into the flames until he falls asleep.
Can I see him on the angle that I'm standing?
You see him off in the corner of your eye.
Okay, so he's rubbing a ring and I'm going to rub my ring as well, like this.
I guess you two roll perception if you keep an eye. You also notice you have stopped putting up
I am
flowers.
very much avoiding. I'm looking everywhere around
14.
bar cover right now.
Yeah, so he's frozen like a rock and his foot's tapping. He starts rubbing his ring and he's sending a message. You see his lips moving a little bit. And he stops and just goes silent, staring forward.
He's getting better.
Right, I'm going to let you roll the inside.
I think he's being deliberate.
19.
Well, it's probably better already. He just doesn't know it yet. He's been like that all day and he just hasn't been so focused on not moving that he's just sitting there not moving.
I've kind of also come to like the realization that I'm going to have a really, really bad night tonight. Just sort of trying to distract myself from that.
Grunk probably felt it when he stripped in that he wasn't.
Yeah, instead of being rocked, he's trying to lift his arm a bit and let you...
I decided not to tell the others.
Damn that wisdom score.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there amused at his antics.
So Grunk was playing the drums, sitting against the tree. Koppo sitting in the middle of the clearing.
I'm trying to avoid looking, but just perceiving it.
And you just don't quite see Grunk sort of shift a little bit to get a bit more comfortable and then stop completely frozen.
Grunk.
Not Grunk, sorry.
I was gonna say, wait, what?
Yeah, what?
How long?
It's contagious.
How long has this sort of passed?
It hasn't been too long.
Okay.
You can probably roll another perception check at this point.
No, I was more thinking like I was probably going to start going to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, while Kai's falling asleep by the fire, Grunk's playing the drums. Luna's staring up, looking for the moon that's not there.
Well, if I'm not like stuck as I am, probably going to fall over at some point to fall asleep. Like, just being honest.
You get really, really tired.
Yep.
To the point where you're zoning out of reality a little bit, and you just sort of spread out, put your hands down, lie down.
I laugh.
Would I see that kind of movement?
Um,
Oh no.
you're sort of
I'm sorry,
looking
I'll-
up, and you see some move. Look down, and he's just lying on his side.
Is he look asleep?
Yes.
Go away. Are you asleep? Oh.
Shh. He's fine. He's been faking.
Wait, what?
He's fine.
Faking?
Oh, you didn't know. I don't know. He's fine now.
In your experience with me, would I be playing tricks or just being dumb?
Weird boy just being weird.
You know, you should really start calling him weird.
I'll stop calling him weird when he stopped being weird.
He's just different. Sometimes
Different
it's
is
nice.
weird.
Sometimes it's nice to be different. You're not like, you know,
I'm
a
saying
human.
weird, not bad.
Sit back in my tree. Continue keeping watch. Trying to stay awake.
Every now and then you just a slight twist in the sky where you think the moon would be, and then it goes dark again.
It's gonna be okay.
And you all sleep.
I try and stay awake all night if I can.
Okay, roll Constitution.
That's
That's a 19 plus 21.
Yeah, you see the sun after some time start peeking up over the horizon on the other end.
And I'm exhausted.
And you see Grunk just head back against a tree, drum still in his lap.
I go down to Grunk and like nice and quietly, and then just go, morning. Alright, stand back.
Good one, Go away.
Come away.
Terrain question.
Yep.
What was underneath me? Dirt or grass?
Would have been mostly grass.
Okay. So I imagine it would be pretty scorched by now.
A little bit.
Come back.
I give Koppo his clothes back. Just dump him next to him.
Just wait. Let's wait until he's awake.
I just dumped him next to him.
As soon as I wake up, whatever direction my head's facing, I'm going to shoot a fireball, and I'm just going to be panicking and trying to find the dice in my coat. I'm going to try and go through the night ritual now and like go through the process, and then just lie down in it, and then immediately get up and go through the morning ritual to try and cool.
Roll investigation. You're not entirely sure where they put your dice.
5.
You can't find them.
Taking some time. Okay.
Come
Probably
on.
continually panicking and shooting more fireballs.
Can I help? Oh.
Roll a d20.
Uh-oh. I'll be kind of.
5.
So you sort of manage to realise that it's not safe to be firing these fireballs, and you start looking at the ground and just starts exploding around you.
Yep.
What do you need, Koppo?
Dice!
You also feel the ground shake as he says
Okay.
this.
I want to look for the dice.
Would this wake me up?
Oh yes. This feels like back in your military days, you're under raid. They've got casters pummeling you with spells.
I immediately wake up, draw my sword, grab my shield, and just look up and take in the surroundings.
You just see an inferno in the centre of the clearing.
Oh!
Frame in the middle, almost invisible amongst the flame.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. I begin looking around for the rest of the group.
Yeah, you see Luna frantically searching through. What's Grunk doing?
I'm scared, just dodging the fireball. Just step back.
So he's standing up against a tree, holding his drum up.
Get the drum! It's like his drum.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Seeing them playing it.
Yeah. Roll the look. Or
Yep. So investigation.
that's 10. 11.
Who put the stuff away yesterday?
Grunk.
Okay. You don't really know where he put it.
I can't find it!
I rush in front of Grunk and use my shield to sort of like deflect any heat and try what's coming his way and just sort of protect him.
It's quite warm, quite hot.
Yep.
What can't you find?
The dice, he's looking for his dice.
I put clothes there and backpack is in tree. Your tree.
The dice in the clothes or the backpack?
Pockets!
Pockets, I'm looking in the pockets.
What is happening? I'm just sort of trying to gauge what the hell is that
So
going
it
on.
doesn't take too long. They're in the pockets.
Silence, human!
Yeah. And I pass him to Cobra and I step.
Alright, I'm just going to throw the dice on the floor, keep picking them up, throwing them, and it takes me 5 goes until I get the hammers. And then
The flame starts dying just a little bit.
as soon as I've got the hammers,
I
then
drag Luna back and sort of place myself in between everyone.
I'm going to say it again. So caught home, ko all destined, kasun all so home ko slot kaun. And then I'm just going to fall on my back.
The flames just dissipate. But as he says it, you hear it echoing around the trees in a dark, sinister voice.
Yeah, not as light and lovely as that.
And he's on his back panting.
I go to rush towards him. Cobra, are you okay now? Can I help?
Is anyone hurt?
No one's hurt. Everyone's fine. Are you okay?
Where's my clothes?
Oh, right. Right here. And I try and push it towards him, trying to find it with my eyes shut.
You see Luna sort of pushing it to the side a little bit.
Just going to put them on, put my hood up all the way over, pretty much covering my entire head out of embarrassment, and I'm going to go and pack up my bag and be ready to go.
I gather all my things, spend the time necessary to don my armor and all that kind of stuff. And during this time, I sort of just after a few minutes have passed, just in passing, I ask, "You're all good?"
Just let me do my rituals before bed in future.
Yeah, no, I'm never going to stop you, mate.
And make sure I know where my dice are.
Okay, dice and rituals before bed.
Which pocket's in it? In
Always the right pocket.
right pocket.
And Grunk is...
Just getting up.
Did you say before this, go around and put out any fires that may have been started? Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
You roll perception.
Okay. Natural 20.
There are no fires.
That is good.
As the fire dimmed, all the small fires that had started to fade out of existence.
I just kicked dirt over anything that may have been on fire.
That's the other
Ensure
Is
that-
there any damage on the grounds?
No damage.
I'm checking thoroughly to make sure of that and
Yeah.
trying to mend anything that is destroyed.
As he's doing that, looking around, I'll come up to him with the flower.
Did you get your backpack back? Grunk got up the tree and ripped open the tree.
I saw that. I've got that.
We ready to move out?
I am.
I'm going to take that flower and just, all you see is the hand going up inside the hood.
I'm good to go. Everyone else?
What
Alright.
green potion do?
I was a druid.
Yeah, you did really good.
Made me a druid, and now birds are all my friends.
Oh, do you think if I take one, I could be a better druid?
Well, if it made me a druid, then it would definitely make you a better druid. Duh.
Am I convinced?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, isn't that what you were saying before?
Would you like me to roll charisma on that?
No. I was just
I'm not convinced, but but you made birdie, friend.
You sure you're not convinced?
Yeah.
16?
Keep that in mind.
As we begin to leave, I
Wait.
sort of look to you and go, are you okay? You stayed up all night.
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Alright, well, let me know if you're not.
Well,
And proceed to head towards the direction that I assume the road's in.
Yep. Which is westward.
West, yes.
Roll survival.
Survival. 19?
So it doesn't take you long. You realise you camp fairly close to the edge of the forest. You break through to some plains, some grasses and trees that are still spread throughout here, but far less densely. And off in the distance you can see a blue horizon, which is the sea. And you know the road will run along that.
Right, well, we're going in the right direction. North from here.
what is that?
I was going to say, we can see
The
the
big
sea.
blue thing. That's the ocean.
That's a really big river.
Grunk never seen the ocean.
I mean, not technically wrong. It's the sea. I don't actually know the name of it. Would Kai know?
Probably not.
It's beautiful.
It's a very, very vast expanse of water. That's what a sea is.
Just going to lift the hood up a little bit so I can see it.
Look,
At the moment it just kind of looks like a blue line on the horizon, which is quite unusual.
is it coming towards us?
I want to go there,
Let's go.
please.
Sure. Do I know any? Are there any ways there? By the looks of it.
So ahead.
Yep.
Keep walking and you'll make it
Me and Gobbo start going down.
half a day.
Baldur's Gate does have a port, I believe.
It does.
Yes. Kai would know that.
Yes. Yeah,
Um,
fairly common knowledge that all
yeah.
the coastal towns have ports.
We don't have to go there now. I just
As-
would like to go there.
Well, the town or city we're going to does have a port. No reason we couldn't stop by.
Okay.
Port?
Drop the hood a bit. Keep going.
A port is a place where they dock ships. Ships are like giant vessels that float on the blue thing, the water.
I know what ships are.
That is good. For those of you who don't, that is what a ship is. Just in case.
I'm listening without revealing that I don't know what a ship is.
Yes, they float on water. But yeah, there is a port in the city. Absolutely no reason we couldn't stop by there.
Alright.
And I begin
My arms
walking,
Yeah.
open now.
kind of.
The road.
Sorry?
My arms are open.
Yes.
Yeah, so like you just notice is Lila's like at the edge of like the trees and it's like this vast open and you just see her just hesitate at the end of the trees.
You okay?
Are you ready?
It's alright, Luna. We're druid buddies now.
We're doing this. And I step out of the forest.
Yep. Successfully.
Kids are barrack. I'll wait you guys.
We've never leave forest before.
I mean, other than to see the cave and the bear cub, no.
Big world. Forest nicer than mine. Maybe city nicer than forest.
I doubt that.
Well, I mean, it's always good to be optimistic.
Far in the distance,
Right, looming, my friend.
so far in the distance, you see some small moving shapes along the horizon.
People on horseback, maybe?
Roll perception.
What are those?
Natural 20.
Yep. So you would figure that's the main road. That's where the trade's moving back and forward.
Up ahead, that's the main road. That's the one we want. That's the one we want. We are most likely going to come across people there as well, by the way.
Bad people, good people,
Neutral people?
neutral good.
I would imagine it's a trade. It's a trade route. I
Yeah.
would imagine.
It's fairly safe. It's patrolled.
People who want people who like shiny things and will want to sell you things. Yes.
I have a question.
Sure.
Do I look like I would be dangerous? Can I make myself look like something that's not dangerous?
Does he look dangerous by the standards of society?
No.
No.
Not with the cloak up, especially.
No, you look pretty inconspicuous as you are.
Only we know you're dangerous, weird boy.
Yes.
That hurts a little bit.
As he asked that question, you'd kind of eyes would fall over Grunk a little bit and go, but someone's to look dangerous.
Grunk, would you happen to have any like extra clothing, cloak or anything like that?
I found some fancy clothes from the fancy ones. Do you want those? They were a bit big for me, but they fit you good.
I put on the fancy clothes.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful gown with a matching silken bonnet. Are you going to put the bonnet on?
Yep. Yes.
There's also some silk gloves in there. They're a bit small on you, but if you want to, you could probably rip through them and sew up on your hands.
Regular silk gloves. Oh, I'm so fancy now.
Does he look less dangerous?
And also a white cap attached to the back of the robes.
I'm going to look him up and down, and I'm just going to say,
I'm fancy.
You look
That's
fancy.
what.
You will fit in for sure.
I druid craft flowers throughout the belt.
Yep.
Will he fit in for sure?
You're almost certain you won't fit in, but he definitely doesn't look as intimidating anymore.
Yes. Yeah, that will do, Grunk.
See, he knows. He says all good.
Then he turns around and gives you a big grin under this bonnet, and you're just terrified for seeing that. Maybe not.
I'll do the talking. Yeah.
Right, so you start heading towards the road?
Yeah, I will. As we start walking, Kai stops and sort of just thinks for a minute and looks down at his chainmail, which is proudly displaying the symbol of the company of Hanar. He sort of thinks for a moment, sort of thinks even more deeply, pulls his dagger, and then just slices the top, slices the bottom, takes it, throws it into the wind, puts his dagger down.
Did I see that?
Continue walking. Yeah, I was me. So
What are
I'm
you
going to get up on
doing?
the ground, I'm going to grab it.
Well,
I'm going to go over to his chest, pull out the dice,
don't.
put on his armour.
I just don't. Just don't.
Well, you shouldn't litter. I'm going to take it and put it in my pocket.
Fair enough. I would appreciate it if you didn't bring that out.
Now I'm going to turn my hand over, just under the hood, and you hear a very strange noise, and then it comes out and there's just ash on my hand. I hand it back to you.
Yeah.
Hope
That'll
you
do.
didn't- Hope you didn't want to keep.
Just chug it over. Just
No, don't litter.
And he's halfway through it, and we just catch it.
Stop.
Ash throughout the air.
I mean, it's ash. I also do the same thing with the back. I remove the red cloth on the back as well and just try to get all the little bits. Sure, here you go. I scrunch him up and give it to him.
Up.
Yes.
I get that.
Cool. I just,
Also, you've got a hole in your armour.
yes.
Do you want me
Yes.
to fix that?
I'd actually rather it if you didn't. Sentimental value. Just sort of tap it. And I continue walking.
Yeah, so it doesn't take you long to get to the trade route. Looking to your left and right, you do see distant figures.
Anyone sort of heading towards us?
Both ways, there seem to be people heading towards you and away from you.
Alright, yeah. So relatively busy then.
Yeah, it is a trade route between some of the major cities.
Yeah, alright. Is there any sort of guard presence nearby? Or?
Not nearby.
Not
Nothing
nearby,
you can see.
cool.
I mean, it's a very long road. You figure guards patrol it, but they're not going to be that present.
No worries. West is Baldur's Gate then? We've...
From
no,
here,
it'd be
you're
north.
going north.
North from here, yeah. Well, north from here, to if we're... Unless anyone has anything in particular.
Alright, everybody, we're doing a north.
Yes,
Grunk got his fancy pants on, ready for the city.
Grunk, I don't know much, but I don't think they're pants.
speaking of Grunk, I'll lead?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Don't want everyone looking at Grunk fancy new clothes.
Yes, definitely.
When people get 50 feet in front of me, I just want to start puffing up my chest and just
Yep.
as I walk, just
And I'm gonna do fancy noble waves at them, like I've seen the nobles do.
So pretty much everyone here is on horseback or with cart and carriage. You're the only one you've seen on foot. As you're heading up, you're waving, you're puffing your chest, and you see a very deliberate lack of attention on you as a few people pass you. There is a couple talking, and the one on the right goes silent, just looking down. And you see a man, an older man, quite plump, with a scar across his face. What in the hell? Staring at Grunk. And the horse sort of keeps going. Just
I look up to him and say, "Good day, fine sir."
he just stares and keeps going.
I just like,
I like Grunk Road.
yes, Grunk.
You see him turn to his partner and pick up speed a bit.
Yes. Yep. Just continue walking and just ready to just say, ready to apologise to anyone who gets too freaked out.
You go for a while. You see quite a few carts pass. Most of them tend to ignore you. You see a couple of guards go past. They eye you very closely and keep riding on. Roll perception.
14.
You keep moving. Not long after, you sort of look over your shoulder, and the guards seem to have turned around and they're coming back this way. But they seem to be keeping their distance.
Okay.
You figure they're probably keeping an eye on you.
Yeah. Just don't try not to start any fights, rob anyone, anything that's considered doing a bad thing to somebody else.
So hang on. So money's a good thing.
Yes, I guess.
Do these people want money? And
I
I reach for the dagger.
No. Grunk was joking. No, that's not money. No money.
Why would you like to?
A joke.
You know the shiny shaped things?
Yes. The boring ones.
Yes, the boring ones. They really, really like those, and that's sort of what they want to make. That's what they want.
I don't have any of them, so they'll leave me alone.
Yes, I suppose. Yes. Cool.
Up ahead, you see a large black Clydesdale with a red dragonborn decked out in solid plate armour, riding towards you. Looks very solemn. So he gets close and sees Grunk and just starts laughing uncontrollably as he rides past.
I'm going to move my hood back a little bit and just stare in amazement at this. I've never seen a dragonborn before.
And just takes off into the distance, laughing his head off.
What was that?
I'm probably going to walk for like 10 metres just facing the other way, staring at the dragonborn, just like...
Doing this.
I'm just gonna laugh because laughter is infectious.
I'm just going to walk and think, at least he's not attacking.
God, what do you
Could be
think
so
of
much
this?
worse.
Grunk, was that a lizard man?
Yeah, that was a lizard man.
There's a man who's a lizard.
There's lots of lizard
This
men.
is amazing. Hang on, he looked like a dragon. Was he a man that's a dragon? Is that a thing?
They kind of not know too much about them. Seen some.
Would there be a population of dragonborn?
A very small one. You would have seen them. They'd probably be recruited fairly heavily into the military because of their natural combat skills.
Yeah. I assume there's one or two in the mines, I guess, as well. If they're tough.
Generally speaking, no. Just for the fact they haven't been able to convince them to stay long enough. Unpaid.
Yes, no, they are a thing.
Hood's gone back down while I have a think.
So you continue on this road. You start seeing giant stone city walls coming to view. Small in the distance to start with, but looming very quickly as you move up.
Are there any like sort of tracks that might have been horses rushing, or perhaps any trail left by Simon or something like that?
Nothing but sign, lots of tracks. This is a very busy trade route. In fact, up ahead as you get closer to this giant steel gate, you do see that there are a convoy lined up at the gate.
Okay.
It looks like a checkpoint you're probably going to have to register to go through.
Yep.
And as you approach, you do end up at the back of this line.
Right, so we need to just sort of see the men in the uniform, the armor over there, referring to the guards and stuff. They're going to essentially take us through that. Essentially, we listen to them, we do what they say. They're going to sort of bring us through a certain point, make sure we're not carrying anything illegal or anything bad, sort of register our presence in the city. Should go smoothly. I can't imagine it not, unless they decide to go through your bag, Koppo.
Got an idea. Before we just looking just around us, is there any berries?
No, it's fairly
Just
plain
really
here.
quick.
It's been
Just while my head's down, I'm gonna change the look of the contents of the bag.
Yep.
With prestidigitation, and just sort of cast a little minor illusion of just clothes and rags inside.
Okay.
Like if you look at the top of the bag,
looks like.
that's what it is.
Yep. Okay.
If they look in the side pockets, they'll find weird shit. But the main bag is just going to look like clothes.
Yep. So you notice that another cart's pulling up behind you now. You notice they're pretty much front to end the whole way up. This one gives you a very wide berth. It starts to line up about 100 feet back.
So, yeah, long distance.
You turn around and wave. Someone in a cloak, blue cloak, just jumps down off the side and goes to pretend to pick up the cart very intently, looks over, back to work.
Yeah, I'll do the talking. Probably better idea.
Do people not want to talk to us?
They probably think that we're looking kind of...
They think Grunk too important. They're not allowed to talk to Grunk.
Yeah, sure, let's go.
You pretend to be Grunk manservant and you do talk.
Sure. Sounds good.
Grunk a fancy man now.
You're the fanciest
How
man
am I
I know.
going to do this?
So over the course of about an hour, the carts in front of you slowly move through until you get to second in line.
I start looking on the ground, just anywhere, if there's just a pearl anywhere.
There's no pearls that you can see.
Damn.
Never know when you get lucky though.
Yeah,
Always worth checking.
You always got to check for pearls.
Life lesson to be learned there.
Hey, if you're reading from the good book.
I think you all right, in, let's go. And the cart in front just starts moving forward.
Right, we have to just slowly walk forward until they tell us to stop.
Yeah, there's a man wearing armor, a small hood.
Yeah.
But, all right, what?
I nervously speak in Elvish.
Greetings.
What's your business here?
I spit in my hand and I reach out to give him a handshake.
He pulls his notepad back further and steps back.
I just sort of like lower Koppo's hand. We're just travelling through. We're here to see the ports. My acquaintances here haven't had the pleasure of seeing the ocean before, particularly up close. So a port sounds like a good place for them to satisfy that curiosity.
Plenty back that way.
Well, cliff face, is there not?
Some.
Well, we're also here, find some books. I'm actually looking for a friend of mine as well. But other than that, we're simply just passing through.
Wait here a moment, please.
Sure thing. Is
I
he...
received a
I'd like just grab her shoulder and pull her back. Just wait. Are there any... what sort of weaponry are the guards packing?
You can't tell exactly, but it looks like they've got a sword on their hip.
Yep.
Offside to you.
Yep.
Shield across their back. It looks like they've got some sort of ranged weaponry under the shield.
No worries.
And he disappears for a moment. Across the way you see some carts lining up to leave the city,
Yep.
being inspected, and the guards are kind of stopped and they're all just staring at you.
Can I get a notion as to what they may be thinking? Or just like the
inside.
general vibe? Okay.
No.
17.
Why don't they
No,
treat each
15,
other like
sorry.
you and I?
Just a very weird group of people. I mean, you look around and you're a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Maybe I
And these
did
are
it
the
wrong.
people.
Yeah.
Right, let me get a bigger bit this time. Ready?
I'm going to spit in my hand and I'm going to shake hands with Luna just to check that I'm getting it right.
That's
That's not exactly how you greet people here.
How do you do it?
What?
Simple, just you. A simple hello is usually suffice. A
You
greeting.
hear the door of the guard tower swing open, and a much taller man in much better armor comes out
Alright.
and just stares all of you down.
Hello!
Hello.
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 A fancy voice.
Greetings.
I'm doing great.
We're simply just passes through and wish to gain entry.
For what reasons?
To see the port. We were going to go book shopping. Did you have anything that you wanted to get done?
I just want to see that big sea.
The port, again, I wouldn't mind going and seeing a blacksmith, and I sort of tap the armor thing. I'm also looking for a friend of mine. He may be here.
Grunk.
What are they doing here?
I play drum at tavern.
He is a travelling performer, and a very fancy one at that.
This is expression softened slightly. It looks like he's trying to hold back a smirk. It's like,
Yes, he performs.
very well. And what have you, boy?
My flute, and I start joining in.
I have money, and I'm gonna pull the daggers off my back and just show them to him.
Right. Pull that back. Start looking for the pages.
Put it back in my bag and I was going to nudge Grunk and be like, I'm fancy too.
Where have you come from?
Candlekeep.
All of you?
No, I'm from the forest.
I come from a cabin
Where is this cabin?
near a village.
Well, near the forest I was at.
If I'm to register you, we need to know where you've come from.
Forester.
What's a village that's nearby the forest that they came from? Would I know any?
You probably wouldn't know. I mean, you haven't travelled this far.
Do I know the name of the forest?
No, you wouldn't.
Okay. The one that's back that way.
You live in a forest.
Yeah?
She has a house in there. She's not really one to get out much.
Names?
Kaine.
Luna?
Koppodrazi.
Graham.
Starts noting this all down.
Did you just say copper?
I'm just gonna rub my ring to Grunk in his head and be like, you lied.
Got name on mining list somewhere. Don't go back.
Alright. What, Luna?
Did you just say Koppodrazi?
Yes.
Have I been getting your name wrong?
Yeah, it's alright.
Oh, I'm so
no,
sorry.
it's alright.
I'm sorry. There was this-
Please don't.
Where are your horses?
We don't have any. We walked.
It's okay.
From Candlekeep.
Took us a long time.
Are you quite mad?
No, I would hope not.
You see the other guy that opened the gate first just kind of standing in line, looking up between you and him. He turns and walks off, and I was like, I suppose you can go through now.
Thank you. Thank you, kind sir.
Hello.
Hi.
Got the straps to the backpack.
Right, onwards, and I proceed to sort of walk with a bit of a chip in the step.
Luna kind of just like excitement almost catches on her, and she kind of bursts forwards a little bit, and she's like, "Oh!"
As you lunge forward, he sort of reaches to a second, realizes that
I don't realise.
let's go.
So we passed the guards?
Yep.
I'm trying to do a fancy
The guardsman
walkthrough.
outside is still staring at you as you're down through.
So I'm going to drop
Everyone is staring at you.
What I think is a fancy walk, just
So I'm going to drop prestidigitation so I can move my hood back and use my eyes and look around a bit. And I've never seen anything like this.
No, there's carts and carriages lined up the roads. Further than you can see, tall buildings, windows higher than you can climb.
I turn to one of the guards as we finish sort of passing through the walls, and I just sort of ask, would you happen to have seen some Amish soldiers? I believe there was a lord that they were protecting, and he may have come through here. Would he have come by at any chance?
I haven't seen any recently. Just please, on you go.
Hello.
No worries.
Hello. Move it along, come on. People lining up.
Hello. Hello.
You see a cart lining up. And as you're waving everyone, you see a little boy pop up and wave.
And then Drew cut into a little flower.
He goes to climb over the cart and grab it, and his parents push him back over.
Just
Please, let us be.
just
They don't like flowers?
it's more so the method of giving them the flower that they're concerned about. I would say
They probably don't want to get too close to the fancy man.
Right, that's right.
try reduce all magic usage to an absolute minimum, and try not be too overt and conspicuous.
What's conspicuous?
Grunk then, do
Loud, I guess. And don't be too loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be very quiet.
So you start moving into this city, towering over your head, casting shadows, people bustling everywhere. You're completely out of your element and just completely in awe. And you notice you're sort of getting less and less notice the deeper you get into the city. There's a lot more people here, a lot more variety, and you're starting to blend in a bit.
Which table has the books?
Books first?
Yes, which table has the books?
You
Right.
need to look for your friend.
Right.
Yes.
Books it is. I sort of start looking around and asking around for a bookstore.
Yep.
If there's any, decent ones nearby.
Yeah, you get directed straight away to a couple of bookstores. Up the high road, you'll find it. 3 shops up on the left, across from the inn.
No worries. Thank you, good sir. And I come along, and we make our way there, following the directions.
Yep.
Do we find the bookstore?
You sure do.
Awesome.
Grunk don't care for books. But
So,
Grunk don't all get lost.
There's an inn right across.
So Koppo, this is a bookstore.
Large wooden doors with glass panes in them. Large wooden windows with glass panes in them. The word books scratched into the glass, and inside you just see shelves upon shelves of books.
I'm just gonna run in there.
So he lunges forward,
Be
and
gentle.
you just hear a tiny voice, Kai? And that is where we will leave it.
All right.
Now I have to work out what books are in that bookstore.